Hey guys, thanks for waiting patiently. I know that, dude, this is going to be kind of a weird show. This is going to be kind of a messed up show. We had our planning document, our outline. It was hacked by Guildwork, and so we spent the last 15 minutes rushing to be able to try to repair everything to get a show ready for you guys. We've got what we're going to get, and I apologize if this isn't the best show that we've ever produced, but we're professionals. We're going to try to work through it. I'm going to push a commercial, guys. We're going to hear a couple of words from Twitch's sponsors, and then we're going to be right back with episode number 60. All right, guys, so hang tight.
This episode of Limit Break Radio is made possible by our generous Patreon donors, including Tiz Aurea of Brunhilder, Refon Duskrite of Cactar, Darts Madrigal of Behemoth. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/limitbreakradio. Alamo City Comic-Con, and by Alamo City Comic-Con, October 28th through the 30th at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center in sunny San Antonio, Texas. Alamo City Comic-Con celebrates the artists that entertain us through TV, movies, comics, gaming, and cosplay. For more info, including badge prices, celebrity guests, hotel accommodations, and more, visit alamocitycomiccon.com.
Live from Eorzea. Limit Break with your hosts, Unhero.
Remind me not to piss you off.
Kallo.
Thank you. Sorry, what was your name again?
Juxtaposition.
So your superpower is management.
Ascalia.
Look, you are an avatar. Let's get that straight.
And Mika.
How did you get a hottie like that?
LimitBreakRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio.
A radio revised.
Or
very revised.
what the fuck is left of it.
Episode 60, the big 6-0.
I know. You know what? This was supposed to be a huge episode. This was supposed to be a big episode for us.
It's gonna be a big episode.
We hit the level cap. We hit the level.
right.
We hit the level cap.
Now we can go do
So
all
that
the
means
end
we're
game
done?
of podcasting.
We're done with the podcast now. We've hit endgame.
That's right.
Oh, now we don't get any more episodes. We just have to run old episodes
Now we
over
just-
and over again. Now we just stream.
We can finally talk about rating now that we're at the cap without being yelled at.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Now I think we've earned it. There you go. We talked last time whether or not we've earned the right to talk about rating.
And we are freshly
Yeah.
dinged level 60.
That's right.
That's our right.
Exactly. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us here at twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. We appreciate it. Hit that follow button and hang out with us every Sunday. We're here every Sunday starting at 1 p.m. live on twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. Stick around after the show. Coming up at 5 today at twitch.tv/Final Encountercast, we've got our gaming talk show called Final Encountercast, and you can check that out. We hope that you do. That's again at 5 over at twitch.tv/Final Encountercast. Again, thank you guys for coming out. All right. We got to talk about this right at the top because, of course, well, first of all, new studios. We're showing off the new studios today. We are...
oh, look at that big cement thing.
Yeah.
What?
I don't... Yeah. The
Blacksmith.
I don't know what that is.
It's a furnace.
Yeah. So today is our... we're broadcast. This is our first day broadcasting from our brand new studios.
Yeah, look, there's Bach. There's Bach, our demon while playing
there
the
you
piano.
go.
Yeah.
Hey, there.
Look,
so-
It's a stone piano.
I found that very funny. For some reason.
I know that you want to address this, Nero, but in episode 60, new studios, all this cool stuff, and we have a great guest on today. I don't want to give any more attention or any more power to the trolls or to any of them. So I think that we should just
No way. No. There's no way that we can move past this.
I love flaming lamers.
Let me explain. Okay, so let me explain to those that are a little bit confused what exactly happened. So last week we talked about the whole Mithrie situation, about some of Reddit's responses and some of Guildworks' responses. One person in particular, I think that I had my sights set on, and and they I guess hang out in both circles. They're both a Redditor and someone who hangs out at Guildwork. So Guildwork took it upon themselves to I don't know how they did this. They found our episode outline, which we do make publicly available for our patron donors to be able to to be able to give suggestions for the show. But that was completely trash. I mean, that we had a whole show set out and lined up for you guys today. A really good show. The topic has been set for like a week and a half. We've been working on it for like, I don't know, how long have you been working on this topic, Kallo?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. I mean, it's been a while that we've been that we've been wanting to talk about this, and to have all of that information, to have all of that planning, to have all of that destroyed by Guildwork because we said some shit that you didn't like. Oh, come on. Are you
This is actually almost depressing.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Our outline ended up being like 167 pages long.
I know, filled with just the most offensive garbage.
None of this was funny at all
that you've ever seen. I mean, it's pages upon pages of fucking nonsense.
And it's kind of funny that some people have nothing else to do but spend their time posting.
I mean, I guess, but what kind of sad, pathetic, what kind of pathetic rig are you running if you have to spend, I don't know how long trashing somebody's outline? I mean, come on, do you not have anything fucking better to do with your time? You utter pieces of shit. You ruined a 3-hour podcast for the rest of Eorzea. Good.
Still butthurt.
I hope you're happy.
And now you're probably just feeding into their ego. So,
I hope you're fucking happy.
You've told them off. It won't happen again. We'll take precautions. So let's.
Yes, of course. Yeah, we are going to be taking precautions. No, we're not going to move on because I want to know how this got out there. I want to know who's the mole. We got to have a rat somewhere in our system. Yes, seriously.
No witch hunting.
Oh,
we're not Reddit over here.
No, this is fucking ridiculous.
He does have a point. It has to be one of our patrons.
I mean, it could be a patron. I think it's someone. I actually think that there's someone in this fucking studio because there was a bit of dissent last week when I went out on a limb and I told Bleepy Bloopy to go fuck themselves.
Nobody in the studio cares, Nero.
And no one would do that.
We got the outline back mostly.
Yeah, it took how long worth of it took
20-30 minutes. It wasn't that big of a deal.
To be fair, you were the only one panicking.
Dude, this is fucked up. It's fucked up. What what the fuck, man?
What?
You're the new person here. I mean, we haven't had any new patrons.
That's
true. We haven't had any new patrons at the $100 level in a while, and that's what you need to get access to the outline.
And no one's gonna pay $100 just to troll us,
right?
Then we win.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So what's the new thing here?
Yeah.
No, I didn't do it.
What's the thing, Poppy Woody?
I swear to God, I didn't.
Come on,
do it.
seriously.
Really?
It's the intern.
Guys, anybody?
He drives an hour every day every week to get here to spoil our outline.
Anybody can edit that if they see it. So all it took was one page. We've had patrons get pissed off at us before, right? So it's not that big a deal. You wouldn't think that it's out of the realm of possibility for a patron to have leaked it.
Yeah, exactly. They've been able to edit it this whole time, and now suddenly it happens this time.
I think we probably pissed someone off last week who probably followed us or pays for us.
Yeah,
Coward. I don't think Woody would do that.
Warrior strikes again. Get mad nerds.
Oh, BP Boopsie. You wished AIDS on me, so I gave AIDS to your outline. You also gave $5 to us.
I was gonna say, you think you would have at least given like a penny or something? That way we actually pay more. But
seriously,
I don't think you can. I think we stop that.
Yeah, no, yeah. You can actually set a minimum amount. Yeah, you can set a minimum amount. No, but I
didn't give anybody any access. So
will a donation take the edge off of assault or make it
no?
Worse?
Papa.
We can save this for after the show, can't we?
No, we're doing this now.
We're
doing it now.
Why do we always call out our own people on the air? Like this really is just something we should do.
This should be an internal thing.
No, this is not it. No, we're doing this now. We're doing this right the fuck now. Woody, seriously, now. we've been able to rule out most of the patrons. I mean, it could have been a patron. I guess it could have been a patron, but you're the only one who's had access to the documents, who's had access to the show outlines. That and you know what? Like I could see it. I could see it last week when we were doing the bit and when we were doing the post show. You were visibly uncomfortable. You were visibly fucking uncomfortable at the mean shit that I was saying. Admit it. Just admit that.
It was uncomfortable.
Okay, all right. So you were uncomfortable. So
you admit it.
Too, why wouldn't it be me? I was just as uncomfortable as Woody was.
Was it you?
Was it you?
It wasn't me, but why are you blaming him?
Because it's got to be someone.
That's proof.
It's got to be someone. It's fucking ridiculous.
It didn't get leaked out on accident.
Yeah. Woody, come on, just tell the fucking truth.
Look, all right, the fucking week I fucking have. I don't deserve this shit. I get you guys fucking drinks. I go an hour and a half to drive for shit. Fuck this shit. Fuck it. All right, fuck it.
Holy shit!
Think we found the mole, guys.
I have never.
Dude,
like
I think we found the mole. He broke. He just broke. He broke under the pressure, right? That's what that was, right?
Can we go on with the show now?
No,
that's
not okay.
What's not okay? What, Nika? What's not okay now?
I don't even know how to feel right now. Like he's been driving out we just got him to our show. He's been a fan for a long time. He clearly is very devoted. He's been doing everything, and I think that was not an admission of guilt. That was clearly that he tries so hard to fit in with the rest of us, and you call him out on top of all of this. That's fucking stupid, Nero.
Especially after all that computer shit he's been going through.
Run to the guy's defense. The guy fucking sabotages our outline, and then you run to his defense. I mean, I get it. Look, I get I push boundaries on this show, but this is fucking ridiculous. You guys should be just as upset about this as I am.
Well, yeah.
I'm upset. I'm upset that I think it's probably a patron. Like, that actually does make me very upset. But I don't know why you would just jump to conclusions and blame someone who's one of us on the air in front of everyone else. Last time we did this to Ascalia on air, that was just as fucking bad. Why would you do this again when we could handle this internally if you truly think it was him?
Because it's not real if it's handled internally, if we handle it quietly. If we do that, we're just as fucking... We handle things behind closed doors just like fucking Reddit does. Fuck that shit. I'd rather have this happen out in front of the audience and everyone.
Dude, that's fucked up though.
Yeah, now it's definitely out there.
There's no proof that it was him at all. We just had our intern storm off here. Like, what the fuck, man? What the actual fuck?
Well, I don't know.
How can we even do the rest of our
prove
show
for
now?
one fucking second that it was him. You do this all the time. Like, okay, what's his face over on Friday? You freaked out. He asked, is someone going to stream tonight? Look, dude, fuck you. No, we're not streaming tonight. We don't hear about that shit. You lose your mind over stupid shit all the time.
Oh, yeah, I overreact.
No, you don't overreact.
Some fucking do all the fucking time.
Some fucking asshole comes in and says Mithrie needs to justify every cent of his expenditure, and I tell him to go fuck off, and somehow I'm the bad guy.
You have to admit, you do tend to overreact.
Fuck you and your fucking drops. Get the fuck out of here. You're so irritating. Now I'm fucking pissed. This shit is okay, yeah. Just throw drops at me. You fucking child. Can we not deal with anything fucking serious for a moment here on the show?
With anything seriously?
I am being serious. I'm being dead fucking serious.
Off air. This is not something that should be on the air.
Oh, it's not something that should be on the air.
No.
Oh, why is that?
You want to be serious about this. Anything that's done on the air where there's an audience listening is always going to get blown out of proportion. If you really, truly wanted this to be serious, you would have handled this internally.
No. If you want it to be real, you throw it out in front. I mean, it's been awkward. It's been awkward in our fucking host chat all week. It's been weird. Nobody's been talking to each other. It's been fucking weird. Why not talk about why it's fucking weird? And this is a perfect catalyst for it, too.
It's weird because you lost your fucking mind last week.
Guildwork cowards, you fucking assholes. Fuck you.
You cannot admit at this point that you went over the edge last week.
I did not.
You did. You lost your fucking mind last week.
I didn't go anywhere near the edge.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You're
really.
wishing AIDS on our listeners.
That's first of all, that's not one of our listeners. That's a fucking asshole. Second of all, no, that's not too far. There's a million worse things that I could wish on people than AIDS at this point.
Are there really?
Yes, there are. Yes, there are. This is fucking ridiculous. I mean, what is it? Is this some kind of show mutiny? I thought we were a united front here.
Wait, dude, you just like flamed one of our intern off the air. What kind of unity is that?
Because he leaked our outline.
You don't know that.
He leaked our fucking. He leaked our fucking outline. I'm fucking positive of it. You know what? Fuck it. You guys do the rest of the goddamn show yourself. If you know so fucking much about podcasting, you pieces of shit. Fuck you.
What the fuck?
Well, time for an FFFL update.
Is that? Okay, let's just move on.
Move on to what?
I don't fucking know.
We don't have shit.
All right.
Guys, give us just a minute here. We'll be right back in just a second. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the FFXI news that we have going.
FFXI news?
FFXI news?
14 news.
The FF14 news.
That game we do.
Sorry, sir. You are going all boy.
Here to do the news tonight.
And that's the way the news goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to bring you important news.
I guess now we can talk over the production and not get in trouble. Wow.
Scally, you want to go ahead and take the news?
As soon as I get the outline loaded, what's left of it.
All right, well, we have a 3.26 update. Let's see here. Let me open that up for you. The Feast Season 1 of the tournament has begun. This will last until patch 3.35 maintenance. And there's been minor adjustments for PvP. The most notable Dark Knights Dark Arts recast has been reduced from 5 to 3 seconds. That's interesting. We have rankings for the Feast has been implemented, as well as a ranking page and the lodestone, complete with QR codes to show off your EP-ness, if you're interested in that. Let's see. A few abilities were adjusted for PvP, including the PvP-specific abilities.
Didn't Machinists get a little bit of a nerf, too?
Yeah, I'm actually really happy about that, because I didn't actually know about it, but their ability... what is it? In between the eyes. Mm-hmm. If they're bound or stunned or something, that it does triple damage. And before it was a potency of 180.
Yeah.
So you multiply that by 3, and that's like
a lot of damage.
A lot of damage. So that's why they were basically really powered. But they nerfed that, so now it's only 450 at tripled range. So that's better.
Skuro wasn't happy about that.
We don't care about Skuro.
Yeah. Is he ever happy about anything?
No, he's not.
We have an update on our shirts too, don't we?
They've been, yeah, we got pretty much everyone in terms of their sizes. I think I'm missing like 4 people, but we're just gonna go ahead and push forward with that. We're going to push forward with that. We should have the shirts done within the week or 2, depending on how long production takes. And then we'll have someone will ship out the stuff.
I like listening.
Yeah.
Like this is like hearing last week where Juxta just forgot his words.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Well,
yeah, that'll probably be on you and Fairbear again.
Yeah, probably. Are we? I'm not done with the 3.6.
Oh, okay.
You're not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You threw me off, man. Come on. Okay. Good thing for healers. If you're not an honest healer, accuracy required to hit things in Expert Dungeon has been reduced by a lot. So now you should be able to.
Just in dungeons, though, right?
Just in Expert Dungeon.
in the 2 expert dungeons.
Yes.
All right.
That's it.
But not,
Actually, does it
just
include
the expert dungeons?
Yeah.
That's
Just
weird.
the 2 expert dungeons.
Does it include Midas though? Not Savage, just normal.
Just the 2 expert dungeons was all that was listed.
That's fine.
on top.
Really? Oh, well,
That's fine.
I still have my accuracy melded in. Let's see. Major nerfs to Midas Savage 2. Nika, do you want to...
What? Oh, Savage. Okay.
Yeah, Savage nerfs. Do you want to talk about this as our in-game resident correspondent?
Sure. I'm actually a bit upset about this because they nerfed Alex Savage 6, which is minus 2, which my group beat A5 literally the day before they made the nerf, so my group never got to experience it without the nerfs, which is a little bit sad. But they took the first boss and they reduced the amount of mines that appear, and I like by half. So it's a lot easier to position the boss and move him around. And for the blaster and for the brawler, they've reduced the damage dealt by their like supercharge moves. So now they're not like super instant kill. They just kind of like, I don't know, hurt.
Good.
For the Swindler, there's a Might and Gunner you have to DPS down, and they reduce the HP of that. And for the Vortexer, they reduce damage on some of the big moves, as well as reducing the HP he had overall. So I guess really the nerfs kind of felt more like like to ease up on the healers a little bit, because there's just a lot of damage going out, especially with all the mines. So this is basically help for the healers. It's not super easy now, but it's a lot easier than it was. So.
I heard that like a lot of people were complaining that like they'd get down to like the last 1 or 2 bosses in that boss rush, and then they'd wipe, and they have to go through everything all over again. So they're just trying to like.
You still have to do that. So it's like you can get to the Vortexer and die and have to go back to the blaster. But like
I feel like that's just a dick move, because I feel like there's no skill in having to do those over again.
Wasting
it's
your
just
time.
a dick move.
It's weird, because I see how they see it kind of like A4 and Midas 2, where it's kind of like a gauntlet of just mob spawning, and they treat this as if it's like one big boss with multiple phases.
Yeah. Right.
So they actually the enrage timer starts from when you pull the first boss, and you're technically in combat from each boss to the next one. You can't ready check, you can't do anything, and the timer still ticks down. So they just kind of see it as restarting the fight, not as restarting each.
I like the idea of the gauntlet. You have to hold your focus for 4 fights. Like that's part of the challenge of that.
It's just that the part of it is that people thought that it was easier than A7, so they thought that they needed to, kind of skew the damage curve a little bit differently.
Which makes sense. So it does make sense.
All right. Look, I have no. I've got one last thing to say before I kick all of you motherfuckers out of my house, because
what do you?
No, it's done. We're shutting it down. Stream's going down. We're done. Okay?
Nate, really?
For what reason?
Really, we're done, because I'm done with this. I'm done with this bullshit. I'm done with putting up with your guys' bullshit. Yeah.
You're done with putting up with our bullshit.
Yes. I'm done with putting up with your bullshit.
You're the one who's always fucking exploding at everybody, taking all your fucking piss and shit out on everyone else when something goes wrong in your life, and you're done with our fucking bullshit?
Yeah, I'm done with your bullshit. I'm done with Guildworks bullshit. I'm done with Reddit's bullshit. I'm done with all of your bullshit. All right? So if we're shutting this shit down, I just got one fucking thing to say.
He's trolling y'all.
LMFAO at what a noob you are. GZP.
Wasn't that fun?
Mind blown.
Oh, man. That was fun.
Wow, I think we did good. Someone's like, I literally unpatroned.
Nailed it!
I guess we did our job.
If we don't lose money for that,
That's
then
right.
I don't know what we lose money for.
We're going to go on and check, like, oh, we're down to 1,500 on Patreon. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Hope that bit was worth it.
Right.
Seriously, if they were going to blow up our outline, why would they do it on a Tuesday? Everyone knows we finish our outline on Saturday night, 5 hours before the show starts.
I know.
No, guys, more than that. Since when have we ever fucking followed an outline?
I know. Oh, I know. Okay, so here, okay.
Real talk, guys.
Yeah,
real talk.
So
Let's be real.
Here's the part where we have to explain the jokes because apparently people don't get jokes anymore. Okay, so yes, we had a patron that leaked our outline over at Blue Garter, and it found its way to Guildwork, which of course it got massively shitted up with. We're not exaggerating, 160 some odd pages of complete nonsense.
No, that absolutely did happen.
That is absolutely real. That absolutely happened, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, and see, that's what's trolly about is our reaction to it, because we thought it was fucking hysterical.
It's exactly right. Yeah, it was a pretty good troll attempt. You guys, you put forth some effort, but I think as we've just proved here, you can't troll a troll. Like, you can't, it doesn't work that way. By the way, nice job firing the wrong news.
Shit, did I?
Yeah,
that was my final encounter cast one.
You guys made me vomit because I was uncomfortable. I still love you guys.
We made. Hang on, I just want to point out, we made Malkythera vomit because they were so uncomfortable, and then donate $50. They vomited and then donated $50.
I feel so bad. I wanted to warn Malky beforehand because I knew she'd have a hard time with this.
There were a lot.
I wanted to warn
There's
her.
a lot of people I really wanted to warn that this was incoming. Okay, so let's just get one thing straight. Like, dude, we're a united front. You're not gonna fuck with us. Like, there's just nothing that you can do. Like, we're
even united with Papa Woody. You think that makes us feel good?
By the way, how your headphones holding up there, pal?
They're good.
They survived.
You cranked those things.
Yeah, that was not part of the plan. Papa Woody was not supposed to throw his headphones, and that was
improv.
That terrified me. I was like, no, not that.
Those ones aren't broken.
Those are those
ones you destroyed were already broken.
Those look expensive. Yes, the headphones I destroyed. Actually, they're my ex-girlfriend's, so that felt really. That actually felt really fantastic. So, we found the trolled outline very, very quickly. This was not hard to repair or fix. The show is fine. Don't worry about it. But
can we give a shout out to the person who leaked it, because that provided us with a fun bit to do?
Nah. Because you know what the thing is I don't harbor any resentment against them.
No.
They paid us $100 to have the
access to it.
The ability to troll us on that level. So I think we win in that one.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of my giant throbbing erection.
I would also like to point out that to the folks that said, "Wow, you put a lot of time and effort into that." I literally concocted this last night after jerking off, and.
That was unnecessary.
It was unnecessary information, but I just thought I would include that. Yeah. You really only cost us like 25 minutes worth of work. So your trolling attempt has gone.
And to be fair, you only cost Kooky that time.
Yeah, right.
We didn't do anything.
Well, we spent 10 minutes doing a pre-show meeting for how that was going to go, and we earned $60 in donations out of the bit. So I'd say that's a pretty good rate on investment.
Not bad. But this does come with a cautionary tale because we did, like I said, we found it Tuesday, and I had an epic counter troll idea in mind, and this is why this is going to be an anecdotal story of why you don't troll. Like, this is. Maybe someone can learn from this, okay?
Trolls don't learn.
So we had found the outline and scrolled through it, thought it was hysterical, got a really good laugh at all of the insane shit that's in there. And I thought of a really good reverse troll where I was going to take a picture of my balls, and we have the Patreon we had the Patreon posters, right?
Yep.
And I was gonna take a picture of my balls right above my character's face,
Lick my balls!
and put it on. And I was gonna put it on that outline and be like, haha, I just teabagged De Niro, right? And so, like, the idea would be that anyone, because first of all, you're not supposed to have access to that to that outline. Anyone who does has paid for that privilege, right? So if you're accessing it, you shouldn't be, right? So anyone who would be accessing it and seeing my balls would, I felt completely justified at that point. Like, haha, like at the end of this bit, I was going to go, oh, and the picture of the balls that was right at the top, those are my balls. So just so you know, I have iron balls and I have bigger balls than you do. That was going to be the punchline.
But the reason we didn't end up going through with that was we couldn't find a microscope.
Shit.
He went there. Balls of steel.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. No, the reason why we didn't go through with it is because I had actually taken the picture. First of all,
of course you did.
I had taken.
Don't lie. It was already on your phone. You keep it there, ready to go.
I had taken the picture, and so after taking the picture, I just sort of sat on the idea for a minute because I was. If you've ever taken pictures of your balls before,
haven't
you know, like you have that moment where you're like, I don't know if I really want to put this out there. Like every person who's ever taken a picture of their balls for the purpose of sharing it they have that moment where they're like, should I really be doing this?
Okay, now
here's my question.
I have a question first. Are we talking about balls or the full shaft as well?
No, we're talking
just balls.
We're talking balls, like very what do you call them? Loose balls, right?
Right. Yeah.
Balled
like
up,
the sack.
Right.
Dangling.
Balled up into a fist, so they're real tight at the end of the fist, and that
poking out the side,
and that blocks out the shaft and the cock, right?
Right.
So it's like you've got a fist and you've got your balls like right at
so
the
it's like
end.
You
of
got
your...
a dick fist.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So as any good person does that has some semblance of shame, I'm looking at this picture of my balls because it is a picture of my balls and it is horrific, and I'm going, I don't know if I really want to put this out on the internet.
Nobody would know.
Well, it's his penis, and he can do whatever he wants.
I mean, officially.
Well, no,
obviously, you would say it's your balls.
Well, right, but at the end of the bit. But no, like that was the idea. Is that like my ball? Okay, so anyway, we're getting off course. Like that.
Are we?
That was that was the entire point of the bit. Right? It was like, look, if you can't fuck with me, like if
I'm willing to put my balls out on the internet.
Exactly. Right. So, did you guys know about this new Facebook feature that when you've taken a few new pictures, like
it says, do you want to share this?
Right at the top,
yeah,
it has some suggestions on some photos you'd like to share.
No one can see them, but here, why don't you share this?
Right,
your balls showed up on there.
My balls showed up on there.
And for one horrifying moment, you're like, no.
Oh,
okay.
No. I was not paying attention. I have this nice flip case on my phone, this leather flip case on my phone, and I was not paying attention, and I just sort of like distractedly like put the phone at my side, and when I looked, I had posted my balls to Facebook.
What? How did I miss this?
And anyone who knows you was not surprised.
Whoa. Not cool, man.
So for 47 terrifying seconds, my balls were publicly posted on Facebook. Now,
which is why now you're all sticky.
Now, to anyone who is my Facebook friend that saw, now I
didn't see it.
I'm glad. Now, because that's the thing. I've been able to find only 4 people who have seen it. Okay, my Aunt Terry, my childhood friend Matt, who was like, "Oh yeah, no, I know what those."
Not surprised.
Yeah, that seems about right.
I know those ones. Yep.
And 2 other people that wish not to be named, and that's fine. I won't name them, but. They saw that. I had to look, this is why you don't take pictures of your balls, because you could possibly post them to Facebook. For 47 terrifying seconds, my balls were right at the top of my Facebook feed. And so that is why you don't do trolls like that, because that could end up massively backfiring on you. So if any of you guys saw it, if any of you guys saw it, I sincerely apologize.
When girls take selfies of themselves, they always say they never get it right on the first try. It takes tons and tons and tons and tons of selfies.
Any kind of selfie takes like 50
So
shots.
what I'd like to know in here, did you just snap one, or like did you take it and be like, no, that's not really the right angle?
There was at least 7 or 8 different shots to make sure that they were in focus.
That's such a bummer. I so wanted to hear be like, and got it in one.
Wish I had. So we've got a pretty good show today. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to have Mithrie here with us. Oh, by the way, just want to point out another fact about jokes, that none of that was true either. None of that was true. I just made that up. That's all a joke. That's what a joke is, and it's massively entertaining. You guys had a good laugh. I had a good time telling it, and we all thought that I was an idiot for a hot second, but none of that actually happened. Shout out to my Aunt Terry, who I mentioned in that bit, who has never seen my balls to my knowledge, and hopefully will never see my balls.
You don't think that she's ever changed her diaper?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
No, she lives down in Florida. She was pretty removed from when I was growing up as a kid.
Damn, man. People are already starting like a GoFundMe page for Aunt Terry's recovery.
I know. And see, here's the thing, okay? This is how jokes work. This is how entertainment works. Like, if you didn't have a great time listening to that story, then, I don't know, go check out another stream. Go check out another show.
Yeah, we're probably not for you.
There's this really awesome podcast about endgame rating called Savage Mode that you can... they come out with an episode about as often as Square Enix gets original with their raids. Never!
I liked who you're targeting, but boo.
So you know what? Here, it's all a joke. It's all for entertainment. We do shit because it's fun, because it's funny. We use hyperbole because I think that that's funny. It's something that I personally find funny. And look, that's the goal of this show. We're going to talk about a lot of the Reddit comments here in a few minutes, but we wanted to make a point, okay, that we are willing to go to great lengths in the sake of humor, to entertain you guys. We really want you guys to be entertained by the show.
And that doesn't necessarily mean laughing either, just entertained.
Right. And so, whether it's like, oh my God, listen to this drama explode all over the screen. We gave Guildwork what they wanted. They wanted to hear us tear ourselves apart, and so for 20 minutes we did that for them.
You're welcome, Guildwork.
Well, we saw in the chat that they had a very good time with it, and then as soon as it was exposed as a troll, they're like, "Aw, darn it!"
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like what? I mean, what did you expect? This is what we do. This is...
Did you really think, after going for 10 fucking years, which, by the way, means that we are older than Guildwork is, that you, of all people, were suddenly going to dismantle the great engine, the great fucking salt locomotive? Oh, wait, that's Joe's thing. The great salt dynasty that is Limit Break Radio?
That's right.
Do you not?
Fuck off.
Not even a dent. Not even a dent. So do we have Mithrie already set and ready to go?
Yeah, pretty close. All right.
Well, we're going to be talking to Mithrie today, who, of course, we talked about last week. Notable YouTube streamer and popular gaming personality. We're going to be talking to him about the situation, the personal situation.
Yeah, basically what started all of this.
Yeah,
because
and the Reddit comment thread that came about.
Yeah, this got taken so far out of context that basically what the TLDR turned into was just straight up, begin quote, Aniro is telling one of his listeners to get AIDS and dies, end quote.
AIDS!
Like he just picked some random dude out of the crowd and he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Right. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about LDR. Am I GG Allen in this?
No.
I mean, for fuck's sake. Look at that. Zellion LaFay, thank you for the $20 on Patreon.
I heard that limit break.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I know. It's
what was that explosion?
You, Ray. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, that's a new drop.
That was my drop. I didn't do that.
By the way, that's new. I don't know why or how that worked, but when I put the computer back together and reset all of the settings,
just started working.
It just started working.
Here's something that I wanted to make sure got said today too. For all those people out there who think that LBR is just like the worst toxic scum of the universe. Okay, I mentioned this on our stream the other day when I had a troll very unsuccessfully come in and look. We know we're dicks. We are all assholes. Nika less so, but she is still an elitist. But
Get out.
But we're all fucking pricks, and we know that. We are terrible, terrible human beings. But whenever we level our cannons at someone else, whenever we're about to throw fucking salt at someone, they are not innocent. They fucking deserve it.
That's
that
right.
fucking Beepsy Boopsy guy was a fucking prick.
That's right.
Okay? That's the reason why all of our fans love us. That's why we have people that are going to drop $200 just to fucking shove it in people's face, in the haters' faces, is because we are what they refer to as golden dicks.
Yes.
We are dicks with a heart of gold.
I don't know that that's what that means. But
that's what I was told by weeaboos, so it must be real.
Weeaboos cannot be trusted. But speaking of people who can be trusted, we have Mithrie on the line.
Mithrie, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for joining us here on Limit Break Radio.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Oh, good. Glad to have you on the show finally. We've been server mates for quite a long time. Run into each other quite a bit.
I have been the longest though because I was the first one to meet Mithrie. We were both trying to get the Titan card when Triple Triad first came out.
This is true. Mm-hmm. This is true.
So he's my friend more.
Aniro, question. Now, was Mithrie in on that bit, or was he just sitting there like, I wonder if my guest spot's still on?
Mithrie, please tell me that someone from LBR contacted you to tell you that we were going to do a chaotic bit in which we were going to dismantle the show.
Oh, yeah. I was warned. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good.
Good. That is fortunate.
I don't want to say you were overlooked, so let's just move on.
Good to know Kookie's doing her job. Anyway, Mithrie joining us here today, this afternoon, to, of course, talk about this huge drama thread that has been snowballing now for 2 weeks. So, Mithrie, how about in your own words, why don't you explain what the situation is or was or, just where it is now?
Yeah, sure. I mean, what basically happened was not last Sunday, well, not today, obviously. I guess it's been a week or 2 weeks now already.
It's been a week.
Time has flown by.
It's been a week.
It's
been a week since our outburst about it, so yeah.
Yeah, so basically what happened was, I think, not last Sunday, the Sunday before, I was just sort of chilling. I was watching a movie with my sister, and then my dad just sort of walks into my room, and he's like, "Get out!" And I was just like, "Okay."
Whoa, wow.
It's like get out by Friday. It's like if you say no, you'll get out today. So I was like, okay.
Whoa.
And I did explain why that was from an ongoing issue, that he's been trying to muscle me out of my financial information for like a couple of years now. And I've always just said, no, F you. It's like, you're not going to get my information.
As you should.
And,
and that's that. I think that's something about the dynamic that people need to understand is that, I think a lot of people, look at their own family dynamic and they go, well, my dad would never do something like that to me. Oh, and we pick up another patron. Thank you very much, Shane Cooper. But there's a lot of people who, they're like, oh man, my dad would never, ever do something like that to me. And so they can't even sympathize with the position that you've been put in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wasn't going to make a big deal out of it because I had been looking to move anyway, but I'm still waiting for my paychecks from my work because I knew it was going to be an imminent issue, let's say.
Sure.
And then because he sort of it sort of surprised me. So I wasn't ready to leave in like 5 days notice. I basically just made a very quick video. It took me about 2 minutes to make. I just put it on my YouTube channel to see what would happen in terms of, will people help me move, or will I have to, go to the local council and ask for emergency housing?
Like sort of feeling out the waters, like seeing what kind of support out there you had.
Exactly, yeah. It was just sort of like, is there an easy or quick way out of this rather than having to go down? Because, when you have to deal with local government and all that, it's hell on earth.
Absolutely.
So I preferred to try and avoid it. And then literally, when I put that video out and I tweeted about it, and that's it. And then literally within a day, I had received more than $1,500 in donations from the community, which was absolutely crazy.
That's insane and so generous. And as I tried to explain on the show last time, that is so typical of the FF14 community that it really is. It's an amazing fact that you guys come out and you are so generous for the things and the people who make things that you like. That's really. I think that's that needs to be said right up front that is a really, really incredible thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So afterwards, the very next day, I was just like, okay, I've got the money. I put a deposit straight down for a room. I'm now in a house share, so I wasn't going to buy a house, So it's just like I really got one of the cheapest rooms I could find, which I'm living in now. All I've literally got in here is my desk and a bed, and maybe a small cupboard. But it will do. It will do. I have an internet connection. That's all I need, really, as a YouTuber. And then I thought, you know what? I want to thank the community. I want to express how grateful I am to the community for helping me out.
Absolutely.
But I chose to do it in probably the worst place. I didn't think it through. I really should have I did make a video to say thank you to the people who donated, but I also put it on Reddit.
Yeah.
And that is probably the biggest mistake I've probably ever done since I've been a YouTuber. Because I have posted on Reddit before, guides and stuff like that. And even most of the time people are like, oh, I like your crafting guide, la la la.
Sure.
But, there has been some times where people are like, oh, you just want us to watch our video, clickbait, bleh. And I'm just for fuck's sake.
Mithrie, we know all about that one.
That's the equivalent of, when you're trying to sell something, you're just trying to make money. That's the only reason you want to sell it. Well,
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and literally, that thread exploded, didn't it? It got 600, 700 plus replies in a couple of days. It was just nuts. And I didn't bother reading it. I read the first few comments and I was just like, oh, well, obviously most of the replies on Reddit are just trash. They're just absolute rubbish. So I made a video again to say this is my response to the negative people on Reddit.
Sure.
And also I tried to make it positive. I'm always trying to make it positive. That a good thing happened. I got bailed out. The community really helped me at a moment's notice to really help me in my situation. I was in dire need and they really helped me straight away. But I did say at the same time though that the sort of problems I was having is what I like to call first world problems in terms of, oh no, I went from my parents' house to another house where I've got, central heating and internet and food. I'm sure people in other countries would dream of that. But I did say as well that, I have to be grateful for the generous actions of the people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is that the way that you had handled the situation, the way that you responded to the situation, and all credit to you, Mithrie, you are a guy who's all about positivity. And I really, really respect that about you. And just to see the way that these replies just piled up, demanding things of you, calling you all kinds of stuff, judging your situation. It really, for as generous and awesome the FF14 community can be, when I saw that thread, I was like, this is the other side of the coin. This is the dark side of the moon. This is the other side that everyone always talks about.
This is where the Asians come from.
Yeah,
the mysterious side of the moon.
So, all credit to you, dude. You did exactly what you should have done. You did all the right things, and yet still, just an amazing amount of backlash and nonsense
for being a fucking saint, dude.
Being spewed from Reddit. So, Yeah, how did that, when you initially kind of looked through some of that, thank you, Marcus Kyler, we appreciate that. When you initially saw the backlash, like, what was your reaction? Like, did it make you feel like, dude, I did everything right. What the fuck did I do wrong? Why are people upset? Like, that's how I think I would have felt.
Well, I didn't ever at any point think that what I did was wrong. It's simply, and it's what I've said.
Good.
Like more than once I've said is at the end of the day, my security was threatened. Let's say, I might not have a place to stay, and I did everything I could to defend myself. And when I looked through the comments, I did see, there was a lot of bad things. But the thing is, when I look at bad comments and so on, I've been a YouTuber now for more than a couple of years. You see it all the time. You get used to it. You become immune to it.
Absolutely.
But there was other people in the thread who were saying that I'm in the same situation or worse, effectively, please help me.
Right.
So I focused on them. I did not focus on the negative people.
Right.
And yeah, along the way, I did tell a few people to, fuck off, it's like politely just get lost.
That was my favorite part of the video, where you were just like unequivocally like, no, fuck you, that's ridiculous. And the thing that I think bent me out of shape about it the most is that those were the comments that had the most upvotes. You know what I mean? Like, those were the comments that the rest of the community passively says that's the right response. And that's the thing that I have a real big problem with. That's where I think the true underbelly of the FF14 community kind of lies, is like the passive, like, oh yeah, that's the right response sort of thing.
Yeah. The thing is, as well, it's not limited to 14. It's just general human nature. It's that it's so easy to judge when it's not happening to you.
Yeah.
To think that, I'll be prepared. This will never happen to me. I'll never be this stupid. Look at how great and wonderful I am because this stuff has never happened to me. And it's just sort of like, look, it happened to me. I responded. I asked for help. I got lots of help, more than I deserved, let's say. And I was incredibly grateful for it. And I did say as well, at the end of the day, the facts are, I have a job. I am working full time. Yes, I should have saved more money, but whatever. I was caught out. But I have pledged and promised to pay all the money back, which is like what a lot of people said, that there's a lot of people who would ask for donations who would never even think to pay any of the money back.
Radio.
Well, excuse me, sir. You better make sure you post proof of that online so we can discern your assertions. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, thank you, person who actually gave me money. Yeah, I'll definitely do that for you.
And that's exactly it.
Yeah, right. That's a great point, is that the people who got outraged at this are not the people who gave you money. Because the people who gave you money, like that's the thing. We have a relationship with the people that donate to us, where, if there was an issue and they needed to contact it, there's a million ways to do that. Like, you're a public persona, there's a lot of ways to contact you. If someone was worried about their own money, then
they can get a hold of you.
Chances are they're going to work it out with you privately. What bothered me is that this was a person who was clearly uninvolved. This was a person who, and I'm going to go out on a limb because I've been told. Bleepsy Boopsy goes by a couple of different names. I don't know who they are, whatever. But here's
witch hunting.
No witch hunting. That's the thing.
We are talking about Reddit user.
I am Reddit user Bleepsy Boopsy, who claims in that post that they are a Twitch streamer. To me, thank you.
Guys, thank you for letting me know how much of a tremendous thundercunt I am.
Yay!
I'll continue my work at the glory hole at my local 7 to 11. And as I had to learn to swallow this show, I too will learn to swallow what is to come when the truckers
don't understand why he keeps giving to us.
Wow, yeah, that's another.
What was the end of that? What do we have to learn?
I don't know.
Those racist teenagers online are gonna butt ram me.
All right, can we get a pool going as to who is actually under that account name?
Yeah, I think it's definitely someone who's donating.
Because I want to get my money on Thor right now.
But here's okay. So in the comment they say that they're a Twitch streamer. See, the thing that this whole thing stinks of to me is it. To me says jealous streamer syndrome.
I was just going to say, we need to send Pop out to get some peanut butter to send to these guys, because that's way too much jelly.
Absolutely. And you run across this in like in like meta discussion circles, or if you've ever been to like a TwitchCon or like a YouTube conference or something like that, you see this a lot. I'll go to our Twitch. Our Twitch is a great place to see this kind of attitude on display, where there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who are broadcasting out to Twitch, but there's only, a couple of thousand that are getting views, right? Beyond 10 or 15 people. And what this says to me is I'm insecure about the number of people who watch my stream, and here's someone who is very visible. Here's a chance to take them down a peg. And that's what I really get annoyed with. Like, it seemed more like a power play for their own ends than it was even a genuine feeling like, oh, you really do need to post proof. Like, no, fuck you. Like, first of all, like, that is such an asshole thing to say, is like, oh yeah, I hope you post proof that you're giving it back. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Like, someone got the idea that I'm going to ask for donations. Okay, I got donations, but now I want them to think that I'm really humble. So I'm going to say that I'm giving it all back.
Right.
But I'm not actually going to.
Yeah. Oh, that's by the way, Niaozu or whatever, don't worry, Senpai notices you.
That's the crazy thing about all of this, is that, I mean, everyone is entitled to your opinion. That's fine. And if that's your opinion about how, a Twitch stream or whatever should be run, that's fine. But guess what? That's not what the rules say. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, no one has to do that for you. No one. So yeah, very, very, very frustrating. I mean, there's a lot of raw feelings all around, and to me, that a lot of those comments just stink of I can't build the same audience. I don't have the same appeal to people. So instead of trying to make my channel better, I'm just gonna take shots at the big channels. Like, that's fine. It makes you look like a petty dork.
I was gonna say, another part of it too is, how often do we watch? I think the best example I can think of right out of our lives is when we were watching the Video Game Awards. Who was that? The fuckwit who's hosting them?
Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, and I realized, in the industry a long time, blah, 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 blah. But we sat there being like, oh, God, this guy's so terrible. We could do a better job than that. And I think that's where a lot of the hate comes from, when you see people, or when people see us or Mithrie up there, and they think that,
I love you guys. Wow. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you, Ruggle.
And they think, oh, he sucks. I could do a better job than that. They feel personally hurt that they're not in that position.
No, what it is why, I'm just as interesting as these people. Why don't they pay attention to me like that?
Because you're not interesting. You don't put in the work that they do.
That's part of it.
I mean, look, I was lucky enough to just kind of leech on to these guys and coast all the way up here to the top. But someone like Mithrie, really put in a lot of work and has built something fucking real.
Yeah.
So fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Mithrie, do you have anything to add to that? Have you experienced that before? The jealous YouTuber, jealous Twitch streamer syndrome?
No, yeah, all the time. I mean, for one previous point, we're talking about the donations. A lot of the people who donated to me, they know me. They've known me for a couple of years now. So, like, it's like asking friends. Because, a lot of the comments to me were, don't you have friends you could have stayed with that could have helped you out and so on. And as far as I was concerned, they were friends who helped me. And a lot of my friends who helped me have actually said to me, you don't have to pay the money back. And I said to them, no, I will pay you back because I said I would. I promised I would. But
and that's the thing is that
thank you very much for the at least offering.
And that's the thing is that it wasn't the Reddit thread, it wasn't YouTube comments, it wasn't anything that backed you into a position where you're like, oh, now I feel like I got to give it back. You did that. You came to that conclusion on your own.
Yeah. Even when I first made the video, that was written on that video saying I will pay it back.
What bothers me about this kind of stuff in general is that people feel so entitled to call out other people to a point where it's like they act like people are forced to give their money and you're so dishonest for doing this.
Right.
Like,
God,
even just being part of like the cosplay circle where people will post like a GoFundMe so I can get to a convention that I can't afford even though, I'm broke. So the thing is like people will start calling them out saying, oh, well, real life should always come first, budget your shit better, and this whole witch hunt stuff. But it's like when you think about it, if they're making a GoFundMe and people are giving them money, nobody's forcing them to. Nobody is. I mean, as long as you're very honest and upfront with what you do with that money, and somebody wants to give it to you, then by all means let them. Like if they want to throw their money away, let them. Like, why does anybody else care what this person is doing?
Well, Nika, I mean, you're speaking to like the basis of being a performer in generally. If you're a performer and people donate to you, you have earned that money through your performance.
Yeah.
That is what performing is. It is entertaining people. And if you're trying to do it professionally, you need to make some money off doing it.
Exactly.
I think I just luck into these situations, but it's really a lot of hard work.
Mithrie works very, very hard on his content. It's very clear to see if you watch any of his videos.
And you know what else? Extra kudos to you because you're a crafter, Mithrie. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it, man.
Oh, come on.
Crafting is hard nowadays. It really is.
Yeah, that's right. Not only is it boring, it's fucking hard.
Yeah. We're going to be talking a little bit about crafting for the first time ever here on the show in a little bit.
Wait, hold up. None of us craft. We're not qualified to talk.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I have an intro for it and everything.
Don't worry about it. We're hoping that Mithrie will stick around and be a part of that conversation too.
Mithrie, I don't think it's a big secret that LBR and your show haven't always seen completely eye to eye on everything.
there was a little. I remember Bladen's around the time Bladen's song came out. There may have been.
And you're being a dick again.
There may have been an exchange.
I just like wanted to say like, I feel like even if like we don't always see eye to eye over everything, like what you do is awesome. So
yeah, dude.
Fuck everyone else.
Thank you.
That's the thing is you earned that. Like the fact that you asked your audience to help you out, you fucking earned that right. Like you built that audience, you made those videos, those opinions are yours. You earned that right. And just because somebody else hasn't earned that right with their audience, or their audience is only 10 people, like it sucks when that kind of pettiness clouds somebody's judgment, and makes them react in such a way. Because what Bleepy Boopy had said in that thread was a really shitty thing to say, and what I said in return was, when I said I hope they get AIDS, that was also a really really shitty thing to say. The difference is that I admit and accept that it was a super shitty thing to say, and I said it because it was a super shitty thing to say. I did that on purpose. It's called hyperbole, okay? It may not have been a great joke. It may not have been a hilarious joke, but the fact of the matter is I didn't threaten anyone. I didn't wish death on anyone.
Well, kind of.
Said you hope they die.
You kind of did.
Own it.
I did. Later on in the post show, I did. I said I hope they die. But
I think it's pronounced hyperbole, by the way.
Shut up, Italia.
Thank you, asshole.
But the thing is that what I said on the show, I didn't even write that joke. Marvel wrote that joke. What I said on the show was basically Stan Lee's appearance in the Hulk film. Okay, that's what I described. Okay,
it's not. Did actually say Hulk AIDS as well.
Well, no, I said like Bruce Banner, like
Hulk AIDS.
Confirmed. It was all one big segue into Final Encounter cast.
It was. God damn it. No, it was clearly a joke. You cannot telegraph a joke any more clearly than that.
I'd like to point something out too. Mithrie's here on the show. Obviously, he's a good friend of ours, right?
I don't know if I
Scalia,
would say that.
Scalia has pointed out that he doesn't agree with us.
That's real.
Yeah. Joe's been on the show. He's a good friend of ours, right? Mr. Happy. All of these people have vastly different shows from ours, right?
Absolutely.
Samus has been here. Now, granted, Samus gets a lot of shade as well for being an evolved male or whatever. But the point is,
Oh, he was also part of that Savage Mode bullshit, too.
Oh, yeah. They tried to get some celebrity on there. They thought it was help. It would help them. It didn't. The point I'm trying to make, though, is that Joe and Mithrie are both fucking like saints, okay? They're super positive. They're all about moving forward the community, building relationships, building bridges, and here they are on our show. If we are such toxic, terrible pieces of human garbage that is irradiating the wasteland that is already Eorzea and Final Fantasy XIV, why would they come to us at all? Why in any way would they want to be associated with us? And the answer is because they get it.
There are two types of people who are upset about this. There are people who don't get it, and then there are people who don't like it, okay? To the people who don't get it, all right, just listen, all right? Listen to some other shows, listen to some other episodes, get a feel for our humor, and then judge. It's okay not to get it.
Yeah.
It can be a weird show. Like all of the shit at the beginning with us fighting, it can be a weird show. Like we like it that way. It's fun for us. It's fun for us to do that kind of stuff.
And to the second group?
To the second group who don't like it. Good. Don't like it. The show's not for you. There's the door. Click the X button. Go hang out with Mog Talk. Go hang out with Aetheryte Radio. They are perfectly great shows. Go hang out with State of the Realm. Perfectly great, awesome FF14 shows, okay? Go hang out with them. That's fine. I don't care. This is the show that we always said we wanted to do. This is the type of humor that we've always had, that we wanted to inject more into the show. So, I mean, I think the thing that bugs people is that, we can say this shit and then not like nothing happens. Our audience doesn't go away.
There's a fourth limit break.
We keep getting patron donors and people donating.
Right. Every time we have a big epic meltdown, they expect the show to go down in flames, and it never does.
It doesn't. No.
Like a phoenix, we rise from the ashes.
They'll see me next episode.
Perfect.
Pretty awesome
Oh, and
people of
$100.
LPR,
Look
and
at that.
hello to Mithrie, my real dark star.
Thank you, Puriel.
Puriel, thank you very much for that $100 donation. And says hello to Mithrie as well.
Hi, Mithrie.
So Mithrie, I mean, what's your big takeaway from this whole thing, man? We've gone. It's been about 2 weeks in the grinder for you. We've been in there for about a week. Trying to. That was the other thing is.
You know what? Actually, I have a question for him really quick.
Okay.
I think we should actually apologize.
Oh, sure.
Mithrie, I'm sorry. We kind of stole your spotlight.
We did a little bit.
We totally took your thunder, man.
We did a little bit.
Sorry, not sorry.
I was actually grateful for that. I was like, yes, they've taken all the hate away from me. Wow.
Where's that salt sponge limit break radio when I need them?
Taking the haters for you.
We love
there is some feedback I can give to you guys. Some people were like trying to say as if like I had gone into Mr. Happy's Twitch chat and begged for help. I begged him to retweet me or stuff. Like I haven't been into Happy's. No offense to him, I love Mr. Happy, but I haven't been into his stream for ages. I've been busy, and when I posted my tweet about needing help and so on. Himself and the Dream Network helped me out of the kindness of their own hearts. They literally just said, "Let's help some guy who's important to the 14 community get back on his feet," and that was it. That was the only contact I had with them.
Can I tell you something, Mithrie? And I genuinely mean this. When I first found out about this whole thing, I actually was like, I was a little bit bummed because I was like, oh, Mithrie didn't like try to reach out to us to get us to help. We would have loved to help you out in your time of need, but it's not. You weren't reaching out to anyone. You were just sort of putting it out there. We would have absolutely jumped right onto that bandwagon and tried to help you out in any way that we could have, because that's the thing is that and fuck, if Happy was put in that same position, if Fusion was put in that same position, dude,
obviously
we would help any number of those people out. There's a lot of people we would help out there, just listeners that if they were in enough trouble and we felt like we could, we would step in and help them out in any way that we could. But yeah,
unless they want a wheelchair, then fuck them.
But Mithrie, you had mentioned that you hadn't posted a request for money on Reddit. You just posted the thank you on Reddit. You didn't ask Happy for any of his help. Happy found that and helped you in the moment, which is fantastic. So I don't understand how anyone at that point can start being shitty about it. You know what I mean? Like, there were people who were really legitimately shitty in that thread, and I don't ever pretend to speak for the community, but dude, I'm sorry for that. That sucks. Like, when I was reading through a lot of those responses, dude, I was like, I feel really bad for Mithrie because he doesn't deserve this.
This is my favorite thing out of that entire thread, right? All the times we get called out for being community representatives and community figures, and Anir was the first one to say, no, we're not. We don't represent anybody. We just represent ourselves. We don't fucking speak for anyone. And in that first few lines, he said, as a representative of this community, I really hope that you post pictures of the receipts. No one fucking asked you.
Yeah, seriously. Ugh. Seriously. Yeah, so we had kind of on the heels of this, on the heels of our last show, actually, there was another thread that popped up. This one was from Reddit user Arenthi,
an ex-listener.
An ex-listener.
Yes, we scared them off. That's fine.
Right. This elicited, by the way, I would like to point out 740 comments. So
nice.
Can we read the ones where they like me and Nika and hate everyone else?
No.
Those don't exist.
They definitely existed. There were a lot of them.
They actually do exist quite a bit.
My actual favorite thing. Maybe I just missed the ones that were coming to Ascalia's defense. But and again, we'll get to reading these. But in particular, someone said that they feel sorry for Nika because she is essentially in a abusive relationship with this show.
There was quite a few people who tried to say that about me.
But here's the other thing: we pick on Ascalia way more. Okay. And when we make fun of Nika, it's shitty, stupid-ass sexist jokes that you hear everywhere.
That's not what I saw a lot of people saying was that they actually wanted to hear my opinions, and you never let me.
Shut up. Nobody cares.
Now, there are times where that happens, okay?
See, that's funny. That's fucking funny.
But Nika, has there ever been a point where you actually felt at the end of the show that you didn't get your point across?
Only one time.
Okay, all right, and that's bound to happen. I've walked away from shows where I was like, I didn't get my point across either. So I mean, like, that's bound to happen. I would say out of the 100 shows that we've produced, by the way, we are over 100 shows now. If you count the the decimal episodes, in the 100 shows that we've done in the last 2 years, to have only one point where you walked away where where you were like, hey, I wish I could have said more about this. I think that's pretty good. Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty good. Nika, would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the most part.
Yeah. That was very
tentative.
Well, I mean, it was just there was one comment where they actually posted about the same day where I felt that, and it was literally the day where you were telling me I was shouting over you, where you were shouting over me, and then you muted me, and I was like, "Are you serious right now?" Like,
oh, that was so much fun though.
No, it wasn't, because I had legitimate input on this topic, and like the thing is on my end, I can't tell when I'm actually muted or not, or when you unmute me,
Mm-hmm.
so it's very hard.
Like that? Like, really?
Oh.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
She didn't even know.
She didn't even know. She had no idea.
It's hard to know when to put my input in.
Nika.
Wait. The social justice warriors are calling.
Social justice. 1, 2, 3.
Nika, you were muted for half of that.
Yeah.
I hate you.
But hold on. Quick question though, because the following episode we actually talked about that, and you did get your point across, right?
I don't remember. Because, like, honestly,
we're gonna go with yes.
Things, it didn't matter in the end.
And
like that day I cared, and I was a little bit upset, but then it was like, in the end, whatever.
Okay, well, now I'm trying to get a point across, and you guys are keeping me down.
You know what? Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
No, you're right. They don't. That's the point. Escalia, you came out over a year ago about being transgender, right? And that's like something that means a lot to you. It's very deep and personal to you. When we fucking attack you with it all the damn time, and no one gives a shit.
It's because he doesn't have boobs.
Or balls.
Yeah, that's the problem. Don't I know it? I'm reminded every day.
Oh, God. Guys, seriously, this is just this is the brand of humor that we that we run with. Like, this is just what we do. Like, fucking either grow the thick skin that is needed to listen to the show, or don't. There's plenty of places that will not go to these lengths to entertain their audience, but we clearly will. Like, that's what we're committed to. So.
Yeah. And we'll send you over there. We like those people. Go listen to them. Go support them. If you don't like us, that's cool. We won't hate you for not liking us. Go like them. You're more than welcome to.
If you hate us and don't like us, you're probably a sane, rational human being.
By the way, I just like to say that Mog Talk in the wake of our drama had posted.
He was smooth.
Right, like a day after it cooled, posted a self-promotion thread over to our FFXIV. And it contained their conversation with the member of Elysium, and they were talking about progression rating, and got a lot of upvotes, a lot of really good responses, a lot of people checking out Mog Talk. But like, I couldn't help notice, but going through in those comments, that there was a lot of like, these guys are so much better than Limit Break Radio. like you guys don't understand. Like, everything needs a villain. Like, I'm fine being a villain. I'm fine being the other side of the coin. If everyone is racing to be the best guy on YouTube or the best guy on Twitch, I'm gonna go the other way, and I'm gonna be the biggest shitlord.
You just want to be Vegeta.
No, guys.
Fuck you, guys. I am Vegeta.
Guys! Either you die a hero, or you podcast long enough to become a villain.
Oh, no.
That's what 10 years of podcasting gets you.
10 years, you turned into the villain.
All right, I want to read this open letter to Limit Break Radio from the ex-viewer, Arenthi. Thank you for the email. Or the post to Reddit, rather.
Red meal.
First off, wait.
Start a donation fund for Escalia's sweet tits.
Oh my god.
Well, that was a huge waste of time.
Hold on, because if a transplant is cheaper, we'll just give Juxtas to Escalia.
Never mind. Can I go back to being a boy now?
All right, first off, let me say LBR is a cool idea, a podcast for FF14 where the community can come together and share ideas and thoughts. Would be a cool idea if this is actually what it was, and I'm sure at one point that was probably the intention and the original content, but as of late, that definitely doesn't seem to be the case. Now, it consists of hosts yelling and berating the community they're a part of. Yes, hosts, you are casuals, minus Nika. Accept it.
We do accept it.
We spent 15 minutes on that show talking about it.
I know. That's yeah.
That's the biggest thing that confuses me.
You're not a hardcore raider or a progression raider.
We know.
Even a raider. You're a casual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
And while there's nothing like this is the thing that cracks me up, is because this comes from an ex-listener who, if they were actually a listener at any point, would have understood that we have never called ourselves hardcore, that we've never considered ourselves anything but casual. And while there's nothing wrong with that at all, the fact that these hosts act like they're so much better than everyone blows my mind. And this is why LBR gets such negative feedback. You act all holier than thou. Oh, wow.
For the boob fund.
To the boob fund. Thank you. Gosh. We're having a tough time actually having a show because of the donations.
People are throwing money at us.
Yes.
It's causing more of an upset than the actual Guildwork troll did.
I know, right?
Failure podcast.
Yes, failing podcast. That's right. And while there's nothing wrong with that, the fact that all these hosts act like they're so much better than everyone blows my mind. And this is why LBR gets such negative feedback. You act all holier than thou, and people don't like it. If you look at other real raiders, especially the very respected ones that appear on Mog Talk, none of them act like you guys. They understand and respect the community versus going on rage-ridden tangents that make you sound like you're about to pop a blood vessel. Aside from the attitude, the egos are a whole different issue. The fact that the LBR Twitter had the audacity to post this on Twitter and Guildwork is beyond me. Quote, just FYI, literally no one would ever remember or talk about Guildwork if it wasn't for me, or I'm sorry, if I didn't. You're welcome for your relevance in the FF14 community.
One guess who posted that.
That was me. What?
Obviously that was a troll.
Yes. What?
Wait, what?
You do know that Guildwork has been around way longer than you guys have, right?
What?
I don't think that's true.
Kidding.
That's actually wrong.
It's not true.
As in the 11 days.
Wait. Oh, guys, we didn't do a show in the 11 days.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about that.
Oh, wait, we did.
Oh, yeah.
There was that one show we did.
Oh, and there was that time that Stanislav, the developer from Guildwork, had begged to come on Limit Break Radio when we were still an 11 show so that he could plug his program, and we were like, nah, bitch, bye.
You lose.
Get them boobs.
All right, look, I appreciate the money, but there's two things you have to realize, Guy. A, if I don't have boobs to play with, why should Ascalia get boobs to play with, okay? And two...
You cannot play with my boobs when I get them.
Two, if
Are you actually
LBR...
getting boobs?
If LBR...
At this rate.
If LBR pays for his boobs, those are LBR boobs. That means those are community boobs. So you're damn right I will be able to play with them, Ascalia.
I think we should just look at getting everyone boobs.
Okay.
Everyone gets boobs.
I would prefer if they were on somebody else. That's a female.
Okay, Nika has...
Can we make Nika's bigger?
Nika has boobs.
I have pretty nice boobs, thank you.
More for the boobs. Jesus Christ, guys.
Sorry, I don't have the tits for it.
I'm never gonna get through this. I'm never gonna get through this fucking email.
And everyone's okay with that, apparently.
And people use Guildwork for hunts and various other features. And up until today, the majority of people who use Guildwork didn't even know who you were. So please get off your high horse. Eorzea does not revolve around you guys.
$1
Jesus!
for the left boob, $50 for the right.
Seriously?
Uneven tits are
Tiger
fun
Fury.
Tiger Fury just donated $150 for me getting boobs.
He did no. He donated $1.50.
Oh, $1.50.
$1.50.
That's significantally less exciting.
Yeah, right. And all you can say is that it doesn't bother you, and that the show is ran just fine. But you have a platform of 200 to 300 people per show. Make it count. And I'm sure that this will get downvoted into oblivion. But it needs to be. But
false.
We
also have actual podcast downloads.
Yeah, that actually.
we get a lot more.
That's
than
the
that.
metric that. Yeah.
Yeah. I
don't get it.
And I'm sure that this will get downvoted into oblivion, but it needs to be said. LBR should be a respected place. You're trying to represent the community.
No, we're not.
Do a better job. Raid. Get actual experience so you don't sound so ignorant about talking about raiding. Quit hindering the community by being toxic elitist who cries about what people are doing and expert and help instead of screaming on Twitch.
Yeah, I don't believe this guy's an ex-listener.
I don't think he was ever a listener.
Here's the thing. We will totally own up to all the shitty things about us. You got called out in a post by a guy who used to raid with you for being a fucking asshole, not showing up. And you're like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
I actually remember the day that happened.
That was the only reply I made to the whole thing. Was there was someone who I used to raid with who said that I showed up late constantly, that I was kind of a dick, that
no, he's a big dick.
Literally the whole post 100% true, and I confirm that. It is. I'm not an easy person to raid with. That's why I kind of choose to don't raid.
He's not even an easy person to do a podcast with, guys.
Seriously,
he's
did you
not
hear?
An easy person.
Did you hear all that shit at the beginning? We made our listener puke and then give us $50.
We made somebody else unsubscribe then resubscribe.
I know, it's crazy. This is just what. And guess what? How am I the bad guy in this? We do this for fun. This is the fun part for us. Fucking with you guys, fucking with Guildwork. This is the fun shit for us. Here's the thing, is that there are straight-faced replies to this going oh yeah, Aniro totally meant that. That was clearly a troll post. That.
Even if I didn't know Aniro, I would be able to tell.
Sure, you say that now. Now that you're being called out for it, Aniro.
Because that's why I sat around and defended any of the stupid shit that I posted on Guildwork.
Because you know you're guilty.
It's just amazing.
Metal Gear.
It's Metal Gear.
I mean, it's just funny that people think that everything's for money. Like, they do realize that all through the 11 days and through a big chunk of our 14 days, we did not get paid.
Just tagging along to interrupt Nero for the booze.
Savo.
No, they.
God damn it.
And
they
what
don't
Nero's
get
saying
that,
that we do this because
I
it's
am
fun
a
for us,
gorgeous
that is
girl
absolutely
with
true,
big
and it has
cans.
always been fun for us. And that's why we changed our format, because it was no longer fun. So
Yeah.
if you missed that, absolutely don't. We're not forcing you to pay. We're not forcing you to listen.
Escalia, I think you would look good with a solid B cup. Also, I get to suck on them since I started.
Oh, he said that in the chat too.
Yeah.
Hashtag best off ball world.
Whoa.
Hashtag
A solid
buy
B
that
cup?
time.
How or why I would use them.
Yeah, the
I don't know.
funny thing
Nero, what do you
is-
think? You think a nice solid B cup's about me?
Maybe.
You have to look at him and visualize
Yeah,
it.
you have to look at me.
No.
C cup?
It's, well, the problem is honestly the face.
Yeah, well, I didn't shave today. That didn't help.
I demand to know what your penis looks like.
You know, we talk about how we do this show now because it's the show we wanted to do, and people are like, oh, the way they program it was terrible. Go back to the way it was. Blah 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 blah.
For Escalia's boobs, for Kallo's boobs, plus now he wants some too.
Jesus.
Oh, it's coming off at the hinges.
He's making a gay Terminator.
That's the MVD.
Oh my
most
God.
valuable drop.
Oh my God! Congratulations, LB Army! You're making a gay Terminator. This is what you're donating for.
Gayest dude ever.
This is our new. See, this is what we didn't tell you about all of the computer problems. Is that we're getting set up to get Escalia to be a gay robot. All right, so
That's right, Caboose. I am a gay robot. Rooster Teeth, I await your lawsuit in the morning.
Oh my
Day
God!
one, before any of these jokers knew anything about this, when it was just me and a Nero, he called me up, told me about Mega Elixir, and was like, dude, we sit around and just bullshit about Final Fantasy all day. Let's record it.
Yep.
10 years later, we're finally doing that.
Yep.
Finally.
We can build Escalia bigger, firmer, bouncier.
Oh God! All right, I kind of want to read a few of these pop out quotes from the Reddit trash. So this is my favorite one, and
Do we get to go around the room with these?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, everyone gets a turn. If you want funny, yeah. If you want to do funny voices, let's do funny voices. But I have to read this one because this is my hands down favorite quote,
which was actually removed.
It was sadly removed.
Luckily,
I was sad that it was removed.
I had copy and pasted it.
Good. So FF14 Throwaway Potato posted, using a throwaway here because reasons. I'd just like to throw out that a Nero has severe alcoholism. That's all I'll say, and to keep details out, but just keep that in mind if you're going to support him.
I think you have a sobriety problem.
Now, granted, when a Nero gets trashed, he gets fucking trashed.
That's right.
This is someone who was at FanFest with you.
It happened at FanFest.
That's right.
And then it happened one night when you came on my stream late at night.
That's right.
2 times in 2 years does not constitute an alcoholic.
No.
The only thing he is guilty of consuming copious fucking amounts of is Arnold Palmer half and half sweet tea lemonade.
That is true.
Jesus.
This good shit.
It's ridiculous. And I smoke a ton of weed. I have a medical marijuana card. I'm not afraid to admit that. What? You're gonna fucking what? What were you doing here? What were you doing here? Trying to hurt my reputation?
Drink with me, friend.
Dude, that's the thing. I got blackout drunk at FanFest because it was a party, and that's what you do at parties. If you don't know how to fucking party, what were you doing at a party? Asshole. Let's ooh.
IDK, what's going on? But people are donating towards boobs, and that's something I can get behind. So here y'all go. Y'all pretty funny and
Cookie,
enjoyable.
can you get
You
a
have
running
fan in me?
Can you get a running total of how much is in my boob fund?
Thank you, Viet Fool.
No, it's not your boob fund, okay?
I'm aware of them, so yeah, it is.
I would just like to point out that we are not misogynistic. Normally, it's dick jokes that get us all our money, but
That's
you know
true.
what?
This is new.
Boobs.
That's true.
Today's boobs.
All right, somebody else.
Chucksta.
All right, this is from Zero Sorrow Song. Sick of them after my first view. Extremely biased. Extremely misinformed.
And from Fondue, all they need is to remove a Nero to correct this radioactive toxicity they have spread. God's will it.
Wow.
That's God wills it.
God wills it. I think that I love the calls for my removal. I think that's hilarious.
I was actually severely disappointed, and Juxta, you should be too.
Yeah,
because I feel like we were never actually called by name at any point.
Well, you didn't wish AIDS on anyone. You gotta take it as far as I'm willing to.
No, because last time with the Nikki 7 email, they told me that I was really good at reading it.
AIDS!
Call me out!
AIDS!
I got AIDS!
AIDS!
Wait, shit. Damn it.
Nika, you do this next one.
Okay. Now I'm losing where we were.
Blueprints
Which one
for
did we read
Clouds.
last time? Fondue?
Yeah.
Okay. This one is from Blueprint for Clouds. I'm not reading it in a stupid voice. It says, yeah, shit like this makes me wish all their electronics would burn to the ground every time they get some sort of electric equipment for like 2 years.
Well, you're not far from being right.
That already happened.
Yeah, you don't need to wish that because that is literally like every fucking week here.
That's
like
what happens to us.
Yeah, that's
Challenge accepted.
That's been happening to us for years.
Isn't that right, Papa?
Must be this guy's fault.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
He wished it on us. It happens.
Oh, yeah, I forgot because when you wish things on people, they actually happen. I forgot about that.
From Lyra 14.
That's why it's called a wish.
Yeah. More like limit joke radio, am I right, bruh? Food for thought. Maybe the reason this sub is so shit is because they wished cancer upon it so many times and it actually came true. Edit. Wait. They get like 200 to 300 viewers for live audio shit posting? Sign me the fuck up, bruh.
Lyra, you in? You here today? Lyra, you here?
Hi, Lyra. We love you. We notice you.
That was a kiss for you. Love you.
I don't know if you talk like a bro, but I hope you do.
This one coming from Avarita. They called me a bitch, so I'll be a bitch. Is in no way acceptable attitude, though. Edit, bring on the downvotes. The truth hurts, doesn't it?
Wait, is that a critique against us or against the Reddit
that
post?
was in our favor.
That's in our favor, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they were acting like a bitch, so we called them out on it, and now they're still being bitches about it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. The thing that I love the most is
who's from this?
This is from Demon Souls.
Oh, okay. With a Z.
Yeah. The thing I love the most about how they seem to rag on Reddit for everything, this community is shit and they hate it. Full of casuals and I pay my sub, I play how I want types, but at least here you can actually learn useful shit about FF14. You'll have to filter all the art commissions and rant posts first, but the information is here and there are plenty of good experienced players willing to help. LBR is nothing but a salt mine. The worst FF14 related podcast out there, hands down. You'll learn nothing in there. All you'll ever learn is how godlike they are and how everyone else is shit. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There isn't enough alcohol and weed in the world that can make me stomach a full episode of that shit.
Well, he's right about one thing. You probably won't learn a ton.
Nah.
No.
That's not our goal.
No. This is the best. This is my favorite part for me. is that I said I offhandedly said so. Like I worked up the anger for that bit, and for 700 comments, people lost their shit at me. Like I imagine the look on people's faces as they're writing this stuff, and as they're just going at their keyboard. What an asshole!
And you get hard, don't you?
I do. And you know what the thing is? Okay, so like we all grew up in the era of Howard Stern, and we all grew up in the era of the Fox programming that was like really blue. Fucking what's the one that I'm thinking of? Al Bundy, the Bundys.
Married with Children.
Married with Children. Yeah, all of these shows, right? So, fucking all of these shows have had at one point or another a huge backlash against them. There are people who don't get it or don't like it, and they sit around and they spend a ton of fucking time explaining why they don't like it, why it's bad. Guess who you've become, Reddit? You've become the moms who want to ban fucking Married with Children from TV.
You actually have the fucking audacity to compare yourself to Married with Children and Howard Stern?
Come on, don't be shitty.
You're not Patton Oswalt. You're not Chris Rock.
You don't have a
can't
lanyard.
do this shit.
I can't. Really?
Apparently.
I can't. I
because
think I just
I'm
did.
pretty sure they weren't doing it until they got famous.
I'm pretty sure I just did, and you're watching me doing it right now, or listening to me doing it.
So I want to watch you do it. This is from Tricksters.
That was too many. You put too many Z's on. There's only 4.
Oh, sorry. Zzz.
There you go.
I used to watch them, but they became just loud and annoying. Also, when trying to dispute casual versus hardcore, they, on chats, just shut me down without a counterport or any real response.
I don't know what your comment was, but I'm sure it was dumb. And I don't know if
That's not a real response.
I don't know if anyone ever shut him down. He was probably just ignored.
Yeah.
He's probably oh yeah, I got ignored, and so they shut me down. That's not really how that works. Mithrie, so as we're going through any of these comments, man, like when you read you said earlier you got to develop a thick skin. It is the internet. It is YouTube. It is Reddit. That's all important. I mean, you have to hear some of these comments and go, oh wow, this sounds really familiar to my thread.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the one thing that I've been talking about recently on Twitter is since when has the idea that if you're a raider, you're better than everyone else?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's absolutely nuts. I mean, I posted about that specifically. Like, in terms of MMO players, it doesn't matter about 14, just generally. Why do raiders feel they're more entitled than anyone else? So, like, even though the first post towards you guys was like, oh, you should learn about raiding before you talk about raiding and so on, but it's written in a way in terms of you need to be a raider to have any value, which is completely false. Like, I've built my name in this game only on crafting. I don't even raid.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
it's completely false.
Well, and
yeah.
I mean, I guess
how
that
dare I?
yeah, how dare you? I guess that's why Reddit and I forget which one of the Reddit mods was basically like, oh, he doesn't even make content for FF14 anymore, like basically questioning whether you're enough a part of the community to justify whether or not to give you money or not, which that made me a little bit sick. Like,
bag with which one douches?
That one it was like how fucking dare you be like pretend like you're the fucking arbiter of who is part of the community enough to satisfy whatever qualifications you've drummed up in your own head, right? Like, that to me makes no sense and was one of the most insulting parts of it. Is like, oh well, he stopped making FF14 videos. Well, yeah, Mithrie, you went and made BNS videos, you've made all types of other videos, and that's fine. Nothing is wrong with that. Like, like how is that a legitimate criticism or a way to try to fire back at somebody by going, oh well, you're not enough a part of this to even ask? Like, how shitty is that?
As shitty as telling someone they can't comment on raiding if they've never raided.
Yeah.
No one would ever do that.
I did answer that in my own video as well. I've said, I've got nearly 1,000. This is 1,000 videos only about Final Fantasy 14, only about this game.
Right.
So no one can dare say to me that I do not care about this game or about this community, or I haven't made my point. I'm one of, I don't want to, because it's difficult not to self-promote when you're in
Absolutely.
that sort of way.
Yep.
But, like, the reason I slowed down making content is because I burnt myself out. I played the game too much, not enough. I played it too much. So, that was the thing. So I needed a break. And I played World of Warcraft, for example, for 8 years. And during those 8 years, I quit World of Warcraft maybe 8 times.
Wow.
So, but eventually I miss it, and eventually I go back. It's just
and there's
natural
nothing
human
wrong,
nature.
dude. There's nothing wrong with that. Dark Souls 3 just came out. I mean, you're.
How dare you play a different game besides the one you're making content for?
Mithrie, you're. I mean, I've always considered you a core member of the FF14 media team, but you're also Like, you're a variety streamer, man. Like, I've seen you stream a variety of different stuff on your YouTube channel. And so to say, like, oh, well, Mithrie's not allowed to spend any time with Dark Souls 3 because he's got to make FF14 content. Like, nah, fuck you, man. Like, and you didn't go to the FF14 community to single them out. You appealed to your audience, which, whether you're making FF14 content or content for any other game, your audience is your fucking audience. That's not an unreasonable ask.
Yeah, absolutely. And funny enough, talking about one of them, Pirial, the guy who donated earlier on to you guys, he is actually one of the biggest donators to myself, as in he was one of the biggest donators who bailed me out of my situation. So Pirial, for watching, I love you. And he's also, while I've been away from 14, he's been running my FC for me.
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, shout outs to him.
So,
that's so cool, and thank you.
So, Imperial Darkstar Hearts, love you. You know, he's absolutely stood by me, regardless of what I did. Whether I've been playing other games or so on. And I can give you guys some insight into why I became a variety streamer.
Absolutely, please do. Yeah.
Because what happened was because you can look at my statistics, you can go onto socialblade.com or whatever, you can see everyone's YouTube statistics. And when Heaven's War came out, the channel exploded. I was getting 10,000 views a day. I was super happy, la. But then 6 months went by and we still were waiting for 3.1, and the channel went down and down and down and down. The interest was starting to go. So I kind of promised myself that this would never happen again, that because my channel was so focused on 14, that when the interest in 14 goes down, the channel itself could potentially die. So I saw an urgency in terms of I have to become a variety YouTuber, variety streamer, whatever, to save my presence online, because if eventually 14 does have a shelf life, sorry to say, just like every other game, eventually the interest will go, and I don't want everything I've built up online to disappear.
Absolutely.
One game.
Absolutely.
So that's all it was. So I felt a need, but also as well, like I said, I did also burn myself out on 14, and there are other franchises I love. I love Assassin's Creed and so on. I could get into a whole list of other games I've played on my channel, and it was a relief. It was a nice change to get into those other games, and I am still playing them. And but that was the reason why, is that I don't want my channel and my presence online, because this is my hobby. This is not a job for me. This is just my main hobby. I don't want the enjoyment of my main hobby to be dictated by the interest in just one game. I can't do that.
You're absolutely 100% right, and we can even speak to this because
same thing happens to us.
For 7 years, that's exactly what we did. Is we built our entire show, we built our entire product on the back of FF11, and as that started to slide, so did the show. I mean, individual hosts' interests in continuing to do the show, but even programming the show, making the show, and making content that was continuing to be relevant for that game became very difficult because content releases were coming slower, and we learned a very big lesson in if you tie yourself to one game and one game only, that you live or die by the success or failure of that game. If that game does not do well, or if something happens and the sub count drops, I mean, the listenership for this show is going to go down as well.
Yeah, I mean, we even see that on a smaller scale too. Like when you mentioned when there's those big lapses between content, that's when you see us, starting drama with Reddit or busting out the racial roulette wheel.
Right, exactly. That's exactly right. And as someone who makes content for FF14, Mithrie, you hit the nail on the head, man. There's going to be dry spells. There's going to be points where you're just not going to have FF14 stuff to talk about. And in the same way, that kind of pushed us into that and the Patreon pushed us into doing Final Encounter casts and exploring what it's like to be a variety streamer, and it is very difficult. And all credit to you, because when you build your following around one game, it's easy to get a lot of people watching when you're streaming that game. But if you start doing other games, some people are just I don't really feel I like these guys, there's nothing, but I don't feel like watching someone play Minecraft today.
I lost half my stream when I went from 14 to 9 last night.
Exactly.
Even though all the vocal people in the stream 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, well, they're a bunch of lurkers that didn't want to watch.
And that's fine, and that's that's what it is. And Mithrie, you said that this is a hobby for you, and we've said it before. You have the talent to be able to make this more than just a hobby for you. You have the talent and the and the gumption to make your YouTube channel really truly, like, you could. I think that you're one of the talents out there that you could actually end up making income from your YouTube channel, and I'm really glad to see that anyone who wants to try to come in and say no, that's not fair, you're totally willing to tell them to fuck off. I love that, man. You do you run your business the way that you want to, because that's what we do the same thing. We take donations, we take in people's money, and we don't have a physical product that we send. I mean, we do in certain circumstances. We got keychains and t-shirts and stuff, but we don't really sell a physical product. We sell an intangible product. Mithrie sells an intangible product. And the thing is that you get the product for fucking free. Everyone gets the product. You all get the YouTube videos. You
get a product. You get a podcast. You get a video.
You all get the fucking podcast. You all get to listen to this. You all get to interact with the stream. You all get to be a part of the show. And so, how I don't understand how. Like, to me, that's beyond reproach. Like, that's beyond criticism there. So let's read a few more of these because they're fun.
Yes.
Let's read a few more of them because they're fun.
And I saw like 3 or 4 people say that I'm the best reader on the show, so fuck you guys.
I'm going to read this next one. This is what, from...
Shioban Mooney. This is a good one,
too. Oh,
Shioban
Mooney, yeah. That's because their view on rating is warped. They've beaten virtually nothing. A few of them haven't even cleared A8 normal yet. Discuss rating like it's a normal thing for them. So if you were expecting a group like this to reduce their sodium levels enough to talk rationally about content that's entirely beyond their reach until the next round of unsynced or double echo nerfs roll in, you were expecting wrong. Again, never how we have sold this show.
Dude. So many people replied, like, is that really their view?
This one's even better. It's Tricksters again. Okay.
Hang on. Okay. But just one thing that I wanted to point out. Some of them haven't even cleared A8 normal. Really? What? Come on.
Yeah,
really?
That's a lie.
Really?
For starters.
Yeah.
We went in blind day 1 and cleared that bitch. Suck it.
Yeah.
Our E-creds, yo.
On stream.
A8 normal wasn't cleared the first day. It was the second time.
I cleared it my first time in.
Yeah.
Okay, I went with all of you guys when we went in blind for like 5, 6, and 7.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did. No, yeah.
She left.
We got to final phase in A8 and people were tired.
Did you leave or No, you're right. We may have wrapped it up.
That first night, everyone was tired. And you guys
whatever. Second
Day
night.
2.
Fuck you.
Hey, people are going to jump on us for being inaccurate because they will waste their time going back through all of our Twitch streams to find it. So.
They're already wrong about us not clearing it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Tricksters again.
Hold on, I read the first Tricksters.
But I wanted...
Go ahead.
Okay.
As entertaining as this subject is, where the fuck did the boob donations go? You fucking quitters of this chat.
Thanks, Cass.
I would expect Raiden to be their strong part, as that's what they advertise themselves as. But as you said, they struggle. I see the point I was trying to dispute was that Raiden shouldn't be focused on showing off, as most casuals don't care for more than a second. Most don't even check out this gear. They just shot me down, just saying that Raiden is 100% to show off gear and is useless otherwise. That says a lot about them.
I don't know what the Exchange Tricksters is talking about here, but...
were you watching the right podcast?
It was really important to him, so he remembers very clearly.
Yeah, I guess so. A lot of these comments seem to be based off of 10-minute interactions with the show and then somebody forming an entire opinion about that.
Yeah.
Why don't you read this next one from Cherry Bubbles?
All right, from Cherry Bubbles. I used to be a big fan of their Final Fantasy XI show.
Here we go.
Haven't listened to the 14 one much. Probably won't. My wife used to love the Final Fantasy XI show too, and when we met near a FanFest, she got a shout on the show because she was happy to meet him for his Final Fantasy XI show. Now she's really ashamed to... Now, she said she's really ashamed of that now.
Good. Don't talk to me at FanFest.
That makes me sad.
Don't talk. No, if someone can't, like, honestly, if they want to hurt in their heart about this, let them. You know what? If you want to be sad about it, if you want to feel ashamed that I said your name on my show. I said your name. I gave you a shout out.
The wife's name.
And you want to feel shame for that? You want to feel shame. That's not on me. Sorry, that's on you. I don't know if that's... I don't know what kind of guilt that is, if that's Catholic guilt or Jewish guilt, whatever it is. You got to work that out, man. You got to work that out. Jeez.
Give in to the anger.
Do 6 Hail Neros and call it good.
I don't know if you guys noticed, people actually here or in the chat who actually go to our FC house, but we do have, thanks to Skuro, I think it was Skuro, I don't know, fuck it. But anyway, there's the giant Odin thing out there, and whenever anybody comes and like questions it or I give them a tour or anything, I tell them that this is where all of the angry listeners and ex-viewers they go on their pilgrimages to the Shrine of Salt here so that they can lay all their anger at the feet of the Salt
in
Primal.
the future, people are going to have to attune to that shrine so they can fight in Nero's Primal.
There you go. There you go. Who wants to read this one?
I think this should be yours.
Me? You want me to read
this? Is that guy. Your ex-rating buddy.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Just a tidbit of info and backstory about a Nero. I used to raid with a Nero. At this point, it's probably been close to 2 years. The guy ran with our static. The guy who ran our static wanted to kick him, but he was a giant pushover and unable to do because they were real-life friends. That is true. Kyle, I'm pretty sure, wanted to kick me a couple of times.
So instead, he just bailed on your group.
Yep, and went to Nika's. Yep. He was constantly late, sick, or just flat out missed days.
Wait, that's Kyle?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's Kyle.
Oh, Kyle, you dick.
Kyle's not writing this.
No. Kyle didn't write this. But
No, Kyle actually replied on the thread too.
Kyle was the real life friend who couldn't kick me. Right.
Okay.
Let's
Still
see.
love you, Kyle.
Once he bailed on static and didn't even respond to text messages or anything, he logged in a half an hour later, set himself to busy, and started doing LBR, knowing full well that we were in Party Finder waiting on a tank.
I'm late today, but I'm jumping on the Escalia boob wagon.
Oh, thank you, Thor.
Escalia doesn't get
boob.
The Escalia boob wagon.
No!
Claiming to be advocates of transgender rights, but really just wanting to use the women's bathroom.
You guys are just totally rolling on top of their donations. No one's going to be able to hear what the actual donations are saying. You jerks.
It's Thor. We know it was
Thor.
amazing.
It's fine.
We can just assume it was amazing.
Let's see. Casual player describes him as perfectly blah blah blah. Whatever. All of that is true. 100% true. I was kind of a dick. The thing is that and I mean, this is all I'll really say to my defense on that is Kyle asked me more than a few times to be a part of that static, and I said no because I knew I would have scheduling issues, because I knew that I was going to be he went out of his way to ask me to be a part of that group, and I tried to not be a part of that group a couple of times and just got broken down into it. So whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm an asshole. I don't fucking.
I can also attest to Nero being an asshole, because when we played 11 and he was part of my raid quote unquote group for Abyssia.
Yep.
When I started having to lead and manage raids, he was the biggest piece of ass in the.
I took such advantage of that. I would fucking show up like right before.
Maybe what we should do is we should go around the room and we should all share stories of when a Nero was an asshole. I'll share one.
How much time do we have exactly?
So, a Nero constantly, because of his alcoholism, goes on these huge whiskey and bourbon-induced benders, and also smokes a lot of weed, and then goes into a coma all week long and doesn't do anything for the show. And we don't do anything for the show either. And then on Saturday night, when nothing's done, he bitches at us for not being responsible enough to carry his ass through this show, because he's an asshole.
Could you pretend to try?
You know the ones that have a little twinge of truth to it. Those kind of hurt.
Those hurt the most.
Those are the ones that cut deepest.
I can share a story as well if you want.
Please do, Mithrie.
When a Nero was an asshole?
You know, there was one time I was just browsing through Twitter, and this was shortly after I started playing Blade and Soul, and his tweet was something along the lines of, I hope when... I'm trying to remember. I don't know word for word.
You can paraphrase. It's fine. It was terrible.
I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
It was basically like, I hope when people realize that Blade and Soul is going to tank and it's shit and so on, they come coming straight back to Final Fantasy 14 there, I wasn't happy about that. I was like, I did react to that. I was just like, liking Blade and Soul has got nothing to do with liking 14. They're two separate games.
Not to make a Nero sound any worse, but if I recall when that all was going on, he was texting us in the host chat something to the effect like, who do you think I can piss off the most by ripping on Blade and Soul?
My money was on Happy.
We all thought it was going to be Happy.
I thought it was going to be Happy. I was surprised that it was you, Mithrie, but that's
You're so excited about worthless garbage. You want this too?
That's the thing, is that I say shit all the time. Like, I use social media as a weapon. I wield it like a sword. Honestly, I want nothing more. I want nothing more than for someone to look at one of my tweets and just, in their heart, get really upset. Really, And when they react, that's what, you have no idea, okay? I had said this a little bit on the last show. I was in a bit of a funk. I was, because of my computer going down, and
he's back.
I was seriously in a bit of an emotional rut. I'm not gonna lie, I really was, until we unlocked this whole thing, and all of I cannot tell you how happy I've been since we've unlocked all of this drama, because this is so fun for me. You guys want to challenge yourself with digital challenges. You want to make pixels go in the right order to the right thing, and whatever you want to, you input your keyboard commands at the right time. I spend my time sitting around thinking of ways to endlessly fuck with you, and I mean all of you.
The chat just put it up perfectly. First of all, someone said, Forset said, a Nero is a literal keyboard warrior. No, Infinity Fox puts it better. He says, you've heard of social justice warriors? Well, a Nero is a social anarchy warrior.
There you go.
He is an armchair terrorist.
I am podcasting's Tyler Durden. That's what I am. I am podcasting's Tyler Durden, and LBR is fucking Fight Club.
Excuse me. There is only room in here for one ego, sir, so step it down.
Well, I think then maybe we break off into separate personalities, and then we're the same person, but you're a different creation of that person. You look much more like Edward Norton.
I've gotten that a lot. Yeah, you're more Zach Galifianakis.
You're funny.
Can we read more?
Yeah, let's read a few more.
We need Ascalia.
Ascalia, you can do this next one.
Oh, I want to read the Ulysses.
Fine.
Well, it's okay. That's down a ways. You can still read that. Read Freeminator.
I looked up his profile, and I'm about on the same level as him as far as overall completion goes, and I absolutely admit to being a casual. For some reason, I expect someone who has a podcast about FF14 to have all or mostly 60s, Kieran, birds, mentor status, etc. His minion game is weak as fuck, too.
Calling you out on your minion game!
Oh, no! Whatever shall I do?
Just lame, honestly. It's a fine profile for a casual player, but I just expect more out of someone who does something as dedicated as a podcast.
Felly Chew, thank you for that $4.20 donation. I promise you all of that will go towards weed.
Papa, I need you to go and fetch some ice for a Nero's burn.
Oh, man.
Listen, you can call out a Nero for a lot of things, but you start hitting on his minion game, he gets angry.
Yeah,
I don't have a response to that.
That was out of line, man. That was way out of line.
Okay. Then I guess just pout.
If you want him to get AIDS or something, that's cool. You can say that. But his minion game, dude, what's the matter with you?
Nico, why don't you read this one from Falcon Punch?
Sure.
It's Falcon Punch.
It's actually Falcon Punch. I think it's Punch.
Falcon Punch. A casual player sits on the bench and comes to raids occasionally when their schedule allows, filling in for people who need a break or filling in a rotating slot. Or a casual doesn't have a static group at all and just pugs stuff when they get a few free hours to play here or there. A casual does not join a static, promise to be there on scheduled nights, and then not show up or show up late to dick people over. A casual does not pretend that they are busy and ignore invites to the group on a scheduled night. That's not a casual, that's an asshole, a hardcore asshole.
We already did this
Which
bit.
he is.
Yeah, and I am, and that's fine. I mean, dude, if you wanna judge me for someone's anecdotal evidence of me being an asshole in private, go for it.
All
Next one.
Yep, this next one's from Callister189. First episode I ever listened to, they called out some viewer for their opinion and asked that person to call in to defend their opinion. the person did so, and then all I heard was, "You're a fucking moron! No, fucking filthy casual!" Followed by the viewer getting banned for having a difference in opinion. It was toxic to listen, and only worsens the community. Avoid this podcast, unless you like people screaming about how stupid this next patch is going to be, or listening to one-sided arguments.
Did you listen to the Dark Star episode?
That's probably
what happened there.
It is.
I actually commented and replied to this.
That's the Starcade shit right
and I
there.
said, we only ban useless human or pieces of human debris.
There you go.
And then they're like, dude, you can't call people pieces of human debris. And then I just linked him the
Encyclopedia Dramatica.
And then I said, educate yourself.
Hashtag boobs.
Thank you, Scape Death.
I might even kiss a dude.
Jesus, guys.
This is from Ulysses 19. Well, Jim Dandy, son, I have no idea what LBR or who these people are, but you have me all riled up now, and I want to buy a t-shirt, get angry with you, take back the night, and stick it to the man.
This is so amazing. I fucking love these.
Great. The ones in our support are always hysterical.
Oh my
And you also have to scroll all the way down to the bottom and open up the ones that have been closed because they've been downvoted into oblivion.
Because, yes, they've been downvoted.
My favorite one was literally downvoting this because you have a differing peaceful opinion.
Yes. Oh, I like Higher Allegan. They don't even own a house. We do now.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about that?
What now?
Now we have a house.
That's right,
it's pretty high.
Sucker.
Not so high now, are you, Gan?
Oh my god!
All right, how many more of these do we got?
Dude, there's so many of them.
They literally go on.
We
for
have another
pages.
2 pages.
They really could. I want to read one last one.
All right.
I want to read last one, and this one is of course from Beepy Boopsy, who stepped into our thread and replied to our reply to them, and it says, "I'm disappointed with myself for even liking their show previously. I don't know whether it's the money, ego, or whatever that has gone to Nero's head, but he's changed a lot. Now, because I made a comment pointing out how shady something sounded, I get hate directed toward me in mass waves. When LBR and Nero had done zero research on the argument topic, and their response is, I hope you get AIDS, fuck you, and kill yourself," and provides a couple of pictures too.
Nice.
I've actually reported their stream to Twitch, as have many others, because it falls under harassment in the Twitch guidelines. I'll never be tuning in again, even if they bring my name up again, and I implore others to stop watching this travesty of a show and support other shows that have intellectual discussions such as Mog Talk and State of the Realm. Edit, do they think I'm really moronic enough to show up just because I got yelled at? No, I think you're a coward, and I think that this right here proves it, because what we asked you to do is we asked you to justify your shitty opinions.
Come forth, coward!
And you don't even do that in any of the replies. You haven't done that in any way, shape, or form. Like, I know what I said was shitty, and it was shitty on purpose. What you said was really shitty on a base humanity level, and you won't even address that fact. So really, who's the piece of shit in this equation?
Both of you.
That's true.
But him more, I think.
That's true. But the thing is I'm out here willing to defend my position. I'm here in the public willing to talk about it and not going, oh, no, we can't talk about this. If we keep the drama going, we're going to start banning people. No. Look, you said something shitty and you got called out on it. And it sounds like you don't like that very much. Here's the thing. Couple of notes. If you're going to report us for Twitch harassment, you better make sure that that's actually what we're fucking doing, because at no point have we mentioned your shitty Twitch channel at all. We have mentioned that your name is Beepy Boopsy on Reddit. That's the only thing that we have talked about, and as far as I'm concerned, that's the only thing that we were giving any kind of credence to. I don't know what your fucking channel is. I don't want to know. You go do whatever the fuck you want to do, okay?
Rathwine said that he got banned for calling him a noob for dying on Dark Souls 3.
I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. But you know what? Here's the thing. We're not sending people your way. We're not encouraging our audience to come your way and to give you shit. If people are giving you shit, it's because you wrote some shit on the internet that is vile. That's why people are coming at you. It's not because of me. I just shone a spotlight on it. I even went farther and said something way worse than what you did to make myself the bad guy. And what do? You sit around, you try to shame me? You sit around, you report me to Twitch. I'm sure you reported me to YouTube as well. Fat lot of good that did you. We're still fucking here. We're still on Twitch. This is not a case of harassment. This is a case of you said something shitty, and I had an opinion about it, and I told you to go fuck yourself in a very spectacular fashion.
We're not the podcast that FF14 community needs, but we're the one it deserves.
Don't stop it.
What?
That's my second comic reference of the day. How awesome
And it's
am
the
I?
same one.
No, it isn't. The other one was from Spider-Man, you fucking shithead.
I'm just look. It's fine if that's your genuine opinion that someone who is so generous and so fucking awesome as Mithrie that you could see some shady shit going on in there that you pointed out. No, you were a dickhole, and you know you were a dickhole. You're continuing to be a dickhole, and you know what? Here's the truth of the here's the truth of the matter. Here's the truth of the matter. The minute that they said, "Look, stop talking to me on Twitter," I stopped. I took them out of all my replies on Twitter because I wanted them to come on the show. I wanted to have a conversation. How do you really get to the point in your life where you can hold other people accountable for for shit like that? I don't understand that, and I want to ask genuine questions. And you know what? Yeah, at the end of it, you may feel bad because you said some pretty reprehensible shit. So that, I think, is a fairly fair challenge.
Yeah. Doug Loxel says, can you guys stop with the microaggressions? I'm feeling very oppressed right now. I didn't realize we were doing microaggressions. We'll try and amp it up.
Macroaggression it is.
Yes. So look, that's I think where we're going to leave this topic today. This has been enormously fun. Holy shit!
Yes. Idiots doing idiot things because they're idiots.
Oh my god! Seriously, like this is I haven't had fun with this level of drama in a long time, long time.
I'm the troll guy.
And the fact that they thought that they got to us for even a second is
makes it all worth it.
Oh, it's so
it really does.
So sweet.
We haven't had fun like that since Salted Earth.
It really, we really haven't. Thank you again, Mithrie, for hanging out with us. We're gonna move into our next topic. Do you have some additional time, or do you have to go?
No. I'm just reading Castraz's comment in the Twitch chat. It says, I never liked Mithrie that much when we were in the same FC. I thought he was rather fucking annoying in general. Some other things as well that I won't mention, but he was at least a nice guy. How am I supposed to take
I think we say the same thing about Skiro.
Yeah, easily.
He's annoying, but we say he's a nice guy. I don't know if we mean it, but we say it. Do we? I thought we said that once or twice.
You know what?
I'm socially awkward.
At least he's being honest. I mean, you are a nice guy, Mithrie. He's not wrong about that.
And I guess he's entitled to his opinions. Like,
sure,
that's our thing. When people say something that we can see, like we can tell you've watched the show, that you have a good handle on who we are.
Yeah.
Even if it's negative, that's fair.
Yeah, that's totally
fair.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always a backhanded comment. Like, I called you nice. Fuck you, Mithrie.
I'm butthurt, man.
You're nice but annoying. Okay, let's just get that straight.
Mithrie's a really nice guy, given how small his penis is. That's just it's a real backhanded compliment.
I like that.
Yeah, there's a reason my ego is big. Let me just say that.
I love it. We've gotten now down to defending the size of penises. This is what this show is all about.
Well, when you first came to us with the idea for the show, you were like, hey, what do you think about making fun of penises?
I know. All right. So thank you to all 700 comments that existed on that thread.
Thank you for writing our outline for us.
Thanks
in two ways.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you to Blue Garter, who also had another thread. I don't know what the page count for that was.
A lot more civilized.
Which was
very civilized.
Way more civilized, way more even-handed. But that's where our document got leaked. We know who leaked it. It's not that big of a deal, really.
You don't need to go internet detective. No, it was really obvious.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't need to go internet detective. We know who it was. We don't hold it against them.
Boobs, fun bags, jugs, balloons, melons, puppies, orbs, jello molds, party boys, double.
This is gonna be a minute.
Lattes, Snow Whites, dwarves, super big gulps, Congo bongos, flash bulbs, fun cushions, droopers. Feasting, skin stack,
Wow.
suitors, knockers, love
Really?
muffins, zeppelins, hashtag boobs.
Wow.
I guess
Jeez,
I guess Thor found Urban Thesaurus.
I mean, come on, you look ridiculous.
So thank you guys. If you'd bothered to defend us, which you didn't need to, we don't need defending.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think we've clearly shown we can defend ourselves. Thanks for all the comments, the emails, everything, guys. This has been super fun. It's been a super fun week. But for those of you who stuck with us throughout all of this, which is, it's going to be most of you. I know it's most of you. Like, the thing is we've built our audience to be tough and smart, and they know when something's a joke. They're brutal. They're just as brutal as we are, and that's the thing. Like, in the world of internet videos and media and all of this, like, everyone's trying to rush to be the best good guy that they can, and everyone's trying to present themselves their best face forward, and that's not what I'm doing. That's not that's not how we decided to bring the show back. We brought the show back and we were like, let's just be pieces of shit the entire time. Like, hold nothing back. If you've got an opinion, fucking say it out your mouth hole. Don't for any reason hold back. And the same goes for our audience. Don't you guys ever hold back. Don't ever hold back in the chat. Don't ever hold back when you call us, because if you're mad about something, dude, we want to hear it. And you know what, the bit earlier about having it all on the show and blown up, like, yeah, that was a bit, like, and it was a really fun bit, but at the same time, dude, if you had a problem and you wanted to call in on the show and call us out on some shit, do it. Have the fortitude to do that. I invite you to do that. It's not a challenge. I invite you to do that, because that's the kind of thing that we like to do here at LBR. Now, we did actually have a topic to talk about today. It is, I'm not sure how quickly or slowly we're going to be able to move fast or move through this, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get to emails. Mithrie, thank you so much for sticking around and hanging out to talk with us about this. But we're going to talk for the first time ever about crafting.
That's right. And, a lot of people have been wanting us to talk about crafting for a long time. And despite the fact that we all hate it and there's nothing that we know about it, that's not really the reason that we don't talk about crafting on the show, right? When people want crafting, though, they expect us to bring on an expert to talk about the intricacies of it. That sounds like an informative show. That's what we would have done before. That's the type of stuff that you would go to Mog Talk for. Mog Talk would make a great topic out of that. So why are we talking about it today is because there's an actual issue that's going on in the world of crafting, in the deep, dark underbelly of Eorzea, which I think the way that this show has been going so far is kind of an apt topic. So I'm going to start off by telling you guys a story. All right, this happened to a friend of mine. Keeping all names out of this, because honestly, the names aren't important. Even the people who are guilty of being the assholes, leaving names out of this, okay? Because we want to bring attention to the issue at hand,
sure,
to hope that something can be solved here.
Absolutely.
So I have a friend who's big into crafting.
We're even back channeling to Square Enix to even bring this topic.
We're trying, and all the other community members out there.
It's happening.
Yeah. I mean, Mithrie, Mr. Happy, Sam, other people who are big out there, champion this cause for us. So basically, this is what happened, okay? I have a friend who's big into crafting. That's like literally all she does, okay? She's been happy to do that. She doesn't like doing the end game stuff. She doesn't like getting into even dungeons and stuff. Crafting is what she does, and she has been doing it from like day one, okay? One day, about 2 months ago, she puts up something on the auction house for $780K, which has been selling steady at $780K since Heaven Wards launched. Someone else put one up for $2 million. Someone new. She's never seen this name before. She's very into the crafting market, into the community and stuff. A lot of people on her friends list. They start sending her message about how she's undercutting and how she's a terrible person and blah, 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 blah.
So this is a crafted item that was posted? Okay.
Yeah, and she's flabbergasted. Like, who is this? What the fuck? Where did this person come from? What's going on? And kind of had some exchanges with her, and the person starts saying, you fucked with the wrong bitch. You're going down. I'm going to make your life hell. I'm going to destroy you. Now, at this point, when things started to get out of hand, she blacklisted her, put in a ticket for it. She started getting tells from mules. She no longer spoke or said anything else to this person. From this minute forward, on day one, she blacklisted this person and then reported every single incident here on out to Square Enix. More mules started coming. Some mules started sending sexually explicit comments, which easily would be categorized as sexual harassment. She did the same thing. Blocked them, sent a report in, okay? She has a family member who plays with her. They now think that this family member is a mule or something. They start sending the same messages to her. She's getting more upset. Same thing, though. Blocks them, reports to Square Enix. Next thing you know, Mule will start following them around, watching what they craft. Now these people's crafted items start showing up on the market board, and they severely undercut to the point where no profit can be made on several things. This friend, again, super into crafting. They have tons and tons of retainers, tons and tons of items. More than half of their market is being undercut to the point where it's no longer viable. They are actively going out of their way to figure out what they are crafting. One of the first responses they get from Square Enix, we'll look into it, obviously, but then they also say, just try and be the bigger person. Don't engage them, which they're not. Try selling different things on the auction house, which they did, and these people still go out of the way to undercut them, sending all kinds of sexual harassment, mule after mule after mule. To this day, she's almost at the blacklist cap on her character 2 months later. Not only that, and how weird and fucked up is this, the main person who's doing this to her went and renamed all of their retainers so they had the same names as her retainers. So, for example, if she had a retainer named John Doe, the other person now has a retainer named John Doe. Every single one.
That's kind of fucked up.
That's really fucked up.
That's very fucked up.
That's super fucked up.
This has been going on for 2 months. It was at the point where she actually took all of the info that she had compiled, screenshots, names, dates, times, sent in one big letter to Square Enix's customer support. Not just speaking to a GM, but to actual customer support. They finally got back to her saying, we'll look into it. As far as she is aware, no action has been taken, which obviously they can't tell.
Right.
We think that maybe at one point or another there might have been a warning or a temp ban because there'll be a few days where nothing happens, you don't hear anything from anyone, and then they're right back with the harassment. They're right back with undercutting all their shit, okay? And it turns out this isn't anything new. This particular person actually transferred from another server that they got ran off of, and now, here's the real shitty part, they have formed an FC, they have a link shell on our server, and they have been shitposting all about her. Turning everyone against her, saying this is what she's doing. She's undercutting everything. So she's not just getting shitty replies from other people. She's getting shit, or from the main people. She's getting shitty replies from people who don't even know her because they're taking this person's word for it. She's at the point now where she has considered quitting the game. She has considered moving servers.
Wow.
She has considered doing all of this different shit just to try and get away from them because Square Enix isn't doing anything. And there's only one thing they have to do, because you know what? This type of person, this type of activity, it's nothing new. It's nothing new to life. It's nothing new to the game. It's nothing new to gaming in general, okay? You can't really stop this, okay? Even if you ban these people...
It's griefing. I mean, griefing happens in every kind of game. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you can't just ban these people and then be like, all right, now it's done with, right? So I honestly don't care if this person gets banned or not. But there's a way that you can stop this from happening, and you can stop it from happening to anyone else, because these... quote-unquote, this is what's being called crafting cartels, because they do this on other servers too. And not just when someone wrongs them, or they think they've been wronged, when they want to control a market. The reason this is happening is because of crafter signatures. You would think that with your retainers that putting stuff on the auction house is anonymous. But if you craft something, it puts your name at the bottom, so people now know who your retainers are. More than that, if you put something up on the auction house in Nero Grigori, there it is. I'm going to buy it now. I'm going to undercut other people, and they're going to think it was you. There are actual accounts of people doing that and then blaming the person who originally crafted it and getting other people to also run them out.
Wow. That's incredibly complicated.
Yeah.
And the thing is how is Square Enix going to go back and try to unravel this tangled web of bullshit?
All they need to do, though, get rid of the crafting signatures. Or put some option to take the signature off it, because that would stop all of this.
Yeah, in FF11, didn't you have to use a special item or like a special crystal to have your name
put it on there? And I don't remember which MMO it was, if it was FF11 or if it was World of Warcraft, but if you put a crafted item on the auction house, it automatically took the signature off. It warned you, if you sell this on the auction house, the signature will be removed.
Yep, that's 11.
Okay? There are people who... Everyone plays this game for fun. Everyone goes here to escape, to get away from life because it's fun. And there are people who feel trapped, harassed, and abused to the point where they don't want to play a game that they love, because there are people out there who are harassing them, being total fucking shitheads for no fucking reason, except that they're fucking evil pieces of trash.
That's pretty fucking vile.
All because of this one tiny little thing that could and should absolutely be changed. I mean, I don't really think that this was or needed to be a discussion or should have been a discussion or anything like this, but it is an issue that needs to be addressed. It is an issue that I think needs to be put at the forefront, because I went around trying to find actual like threads about this. Like something that, like at this level, there's no way people aren't talking about it.
Right.
They are, but it's hard to find because they're just these little isolated incidents. Because when you think about it, if you have this whole big free company that's doing this to this one person, there's maybe only 1 or 2 people who actually realize what they're doing is wrong.
Right.
And the rest are just taking their FC's leader word for it and piling on because they said this person's a shitbag. Right. Who's actually going to believe their story? You put this in forums, it's going to be taken out because it's witch hunting. But it's fucking happening. Mm-hmm. And something needs to be done about it.
Mithrie, have you ever come across anything like this? We know that you're an avid crafter. Is this something that you've ever experienced firsthand?
Not harassment. I mean, undercutting, yeah. I mean, I think everyone has. But I'm that dude who also undercuts by 1 gil, so who cares, you know?
Yeah, right, yeah.
I've never had to that level.
That's and that's absolutely
me about it.
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about at all.
And the biggest cry against removing the signature is that they want to know who's undercutting them. Well, then people can undercut us and we won't know who it is. Good. Oh, well, undercutting is part of the game. That's part of economy, okay?
That's right.
Someone in the chat says, someone undercuts me far enough, I buy it and put it back up and make a fucking profit.
Exactly.
That's how a market works.
Yeah,
okay?
That's fine. Do that.
Right.
The problem is, fuck it.
No, yeah, pretty much. I mean, at this point, there's nothing we can actually do about it. These fucking shit posters and these fucking assholes can just prey on all the people they want to and turn entire servers against them so they can get their fucking gil.
Yeah, the problem is not the undercutting, it's the harassment that comes from it. Because, like you said, this has been ongoing for 2 months now. Kallo's friend has been putting in multiple reports. Every time a new mule pops up, sends a report in. Every time a tell comes in, block, send a report in.
There have been
so many reports.
And there have been people who have sent her messages because they're like, you know, they kind of see what's going on, or they, you know, people will be like yelling or whatever at Idly Shire, and you know, they'll send her a tell and be like, is blah 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 doing this to you because they've done the same thing to me.
Right.
So there are multiple people that it's happening to.
Multiple people that
and
are
how
getting
are these
targeted.
people still fucking around? Because technically, quote unquote, undercutting isn't against the TOS.
We don't care about the undercuts.
But yeah, Square Enix, when you have this many people sending you messages, like the harassment is there, the logs are there. How are these people still getting away with this?
This is clear harassment.
Yes.
That's the part that we're trying to harp on.
And if you can't, if for whatever reason your TOS doesn't allow you to go after these people because technically they're not breaking it, then you need to remove the tool that they're using to find people.
Yeah.
Because even if you decide, let's say, all right, you know what? I'm done with it. I'm going to put the money in. I'm going to server transfer. I'm going to change my character's name. I'm going to change everything, right? I'm just going to fucking disappear, right? If you have their lodestone bookmarked, you still know all their details.
Everything.
Everything.
Yep.
The server
Their
they
name
transferred,
changed?
their new name, everything. There's no way to actually escape it.
Yeah. I mean, it does seem like there could be some small systemic changes that Square Enix could make. I mean, really, like, having signed gear, what's the point? I mean,
apparently in the JP side of things, like it's a mark of, it's a pride thing to be able to have your name on it, which I get. Yeah.
Right, yeah, and that's, a crafter being able to mark an item that they've crafted, that's been... I mean, shit, that was in Ultima Online.
Sure.
But it was always an option. Like, it wasn't like forced on you because you made it.
There was one comment in particular, well, 2 comments that I want to talk about, but one of them was someone was pointing out that, you know, like, it can be done because if your retainer brings back a piece of crafting gear, it's not signed, and they could easily have encoded that to make it signed, right? And then someone else pointed out, they're like, well, you know what? Name being signed on gear and people like flaming you and harassing you through the auction house, that's just the way it is, okay? We all have to deal with it. So nobody should get like a free pass by getting this gear off of the retainers and then be immune to basically being witch hunted for undercutting. Like they think the problem is undercutting, not the name. Right. You know, the SIGs on the name.
Right.
And then there was another one that I saw, this was somewhere on Reddit, where somebody was complaining about undercutting, right? Or how they were trying to undercut and they were being told off for it.
Right.
And the guy that they were undercutting actually commented there saying, you piece of shit. You have 5 minutes to take your item off or mark it above mine or my entire FC is going to undercut all of your business into the fucking ground. Like he's holding the market board hostage,
and that's what we're getting at. It's not the undercutting itself. That's not the issue. That's part of a market. That's part of an online. That's an economy. That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's when you can trace who it is and then systematically go and decimate those people's markets or whatever.
It's
the targeting. It's the targeting that makes it specific, right? Like that's the problem, is that they keep coming back and targeting the same person over and over and over again, and there's no way to get out from underneath it.
Yeah, and the thing is, even if this person were to transfer servers, even if they were to decide, you know what, I'm done with my crusade now, I'll stop harassing you, or if they get banned, right? Reputation on the server has been tarnished now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've mentioned that they had so many people on their friends list, you know, who they would trade crafting items with, or, you know, that they would, you know, get supplies from and back and forth and stuff like that hate them now, and they never came and asked them their side of the story. And what's worse is how kind this person was, because people would look at the auction house sometimes and see that these things cost so much fucking money, and they would send her a message like, hey, if I get the materials for this, can you craft it for me?
Sure.
And, you know, I'll pay you blah, 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 or is there any way that maybe I could get it cheaper, you know, coming to you at cost and stuff? And more than 90% of the time, she's like, yeah, sure, and then just fucking gives them the item for free. Like, this person is a good fucking person that is being trampled into the fucking ground for no fucking reason.
Because some psychological fucktard.
And yeah, that's disappointing. It's disappointing to hear stories like this, and you know, because that's really what it is. That's griefing. That's
the fucking thing though. Like, there's so many like reports of like sent tells and stuff of clear harassment, but obviously Square Enix isn't doing anything about it. But they're really cracking down on like feast feeding and stuff. Because that's important compared to versus like just completely ruining one person's experience with very clear, obvious
They've
logs.
been told to die. She has gotten a Nero tells. I hope you die.
No, I'll stand by that. I didn't send those tells, but you can call them a Nero tells. That's fine.
No, but like, has she ever just put on /busy? And like just tried to ignore them? Like, do they still?
So what? Now they're not allowed to like have tells with their other friends?
Yeah, like that's.
I mean, well, I would
standing
assume,
outside your house.
Okay. What if? Okay, I'm assuming most of her friends, she has at least a link shell or something or another way of communication. If they put on busy for, I don't know, 2 weeks and then turned off busy, would they resume, or do you think they would probably give up? Because a lot of times
I don't know. At the same time, though, I could tell her to stop wearing such revealing clothes, and hopefully she won't get raped.
That's not the same thing.
No, it is. You want her to make changes to protect herself against it.
Well, you should protect yourself against stupid idiots.
Not to where it's going to be ruining your experience in any way. You should not have to completely ignore the tell system to not get harassed.
Right.
Did Kallo just own Nika and sexism?
No.
That's not the point, though. The point is, all of this, every single bit of it, could be completely 100% prevented if Square Enix just reworks the way they put signatures on crafted items.
I agree. I don't know why that's forced on your stuff.
Right, keep a special crystal to put a signature on if you use that crystal.
Or even just an option when you're crafting stuff. Yeah. Square Enix, that's all we want. Right here, the too long didn't read, TLDR. Make crafting signatures optional.
Problem solved. Then that person can go craft in their FC where it's private and no one can watch what they're crafting.
You
and
have just made the entire crafting community safer for everyone. Nobody is going to be mad. Well, there might be some people that are mad at it because they can't abuse people anyone, but that's not going to hurt anyone. Yeah. Doing this will hurt no one and protect everyone.
Okay, Team Cap.
You're on Team Cap too, you tool.
All right, hold on. I hate Bungie said there's an option already. What is that option then, please?
Yeah, if there's an option already, let us put that out there for everybody.
Give us the option. We'll just delete the whole last
portion of the show.
Turn off and change retainer names. Turn what off? What are you turning off? If there's a way to turn off signatures, then absolutely people should be doing that. And this just made this entire thing irrelevant.
She did change all of her retainer names. So that has been done already.
Yeah. I mean, this like we're the point about talking about this is that it has got like it seems like all of the normal shit that you would do to avoid that stuff. Oh, just do this. Oh, just do that.
Yes,
like,
turn off the signatures. I'm asking you. I'm literally asking you.
How?
Give us a fucking play-by-play. How do you turn off signatures?
What's the step-by-step on how to do that? I've never seen that option.
Yes, please.
Because it doesn't exist.
Let us know.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I feel like there's a way that if you, like, when you make something, if you like, I feel like there's a way that if you like sold it to an NPC and bought it back or something, that would take it off.
I
feel like there was something like that.
Yeah, if we are misinformed, which we've been accused of doing before, and this whole
and it does happen.
We are talking about crafting here. Let's be honest. We're not, we're not expert. Mithrie, do you know of a way to remove a signature from something you've crafted?
Not that I'm aware of now.
No. Yeah.
I don't think it exists.
I think if it was a thing that you could do, Mithrie would know about it. If there was going to be anyone who knows about it, it's going to be Mithrie.
Someone says there's an option in there because I turned mine on, but you can't tell us where it's at.
Don't turn it on. It's already on.
Yeah, it starts off as on. And to the other person who said that they've seen HQ items with signatures, they were found from retainers.
Yes.
They were brought back from retainers.
Yes, they were definitely got from a retainer. Yeah, like I'm like scrolling through my shit right now, and I can't find anything that lets you do that.
Yeah, so let's just say that it's not, because I think that one person
Pretty sure it's not.
Everyone else in the room is not working
Bungie, go ahead and find out where it is, and we will get you something if you're correct, but I'm 90% positive you're not, so let's just move on from there.
Yeah.
Yep. So I thank you, Kallo, for sharing that story. We really appreciate it.
I mean,
hopefully
my friend's at the point where she just wants to try and move past this. She hasn't got any tells from them. I think 5 or 6 days. Maybe they've been banned. That'd be cool, but beyond that, the fact that this is happening in other servers, it's finally to the point after hearing her complain about this for so long and being helpless to do it. I'm like, you know what? No, fuck this. We're going to use limit break radar. We're going to champion this cause.
It's one thing. Like, it's one thing to put yourself out there to be an asshole on purpose, and to we expect trolls, dude. We expect people to fuck with us all the time.
And I hate Bungie if you're not actually trolling and you actually think there is one. We're not trying to be asses either. But if there is one, you could save a lot of grief for a lot of people. So just let us know if you find it.
It's really easy to label us assholes, and we are very outspoken as a show, and this isn't an example. No one should have to put up with this in their private game life, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care the endless amount of shit that I get from people for what I do on this. I don't care, but I put myself out there, and I know that's going to be the response. You know what I mean? Like, if someone is just playing this game privately themselves and crafting quietly in a corner, and that's really all they want out of it, and they don't want to get all of this torrent of bullshit, then they should be allowed to do that. As players, they should be allowed to do that. And in instances where you have stuff that's fucked up like this, it does seem like there are small systemic changes that here's the thing. We're not asking Square Enix to get a fucking harassment hit squad out there, or an anti-harassment squad, whatever. That's not it's a
deal
small
with the SIGs.
It's a small systemic change that Square Enix could change, and you know what? There's a good chance that they may not have even thought about this.
Well, a few people in the chat are pointing out that they did a quick search of both Reddit and the official forums, and they have found posts about it on both of them from several years ago.
Yeah.
Well, several years ago. So if you guys are out there and this pisses you off, get on over to the official forums and let them know.
Keep posting about it. That's the only way we'll get it fixed.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. And again, to all the other big names out there in the community, Mr. Happy, Samus, Joe Never, Mithrie, everybody. I'm probably missing people. Nell over at Chocobo, Mog Talk people. I know we're assholes and we don't agree on a lot of stuff, but this is going to help a lot of people. So bring this up, talk about it, push it, get Square Enix to fix this.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. Thank you so much, Mithrie, for hanging out. I know that we have eaten up a lot of your time this afternoon, but we really appreciate you coming on, talking about your situation, talking about crafting, and everything else. Dude, you make such awesome content, and we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, dude, Mithrie, you are the best, man. And again, check out his YouTube channel. Kooky providing links to that in the chat, youtube.com/Mithrie. You can also check out twitch.tv/Mithrie. Although you do most of your live streaming on YouTube, don't you?
I do, yeah. Can I say something before I disappear?
Absolutely.
No,
Yes.
get out of here.
Absolutely.
Oh, I mean, yes.
No, I'll just leave. Yeah. It's basically, I want to give a shout out to Joe Never Fails. He very recently hit 300 subscribers on Twitch.
Nice.
And he was so grateful, so emotional about it. Like, he couldn't stop crying for like the entire night when he did the celebration. He uploaded it on YouTube as well. He is a genuine nice guy. He's someone who's had a rough time in his life, and the 14 community has seriously helped him to find a new purpose to his life, and he's eternally grateful for that. And I've always been friends with Joe. I've always been friendly with him for a very, very long time. And I really would recommend every single person go say hi to him, go, say what's up. He is genuinely, he's a much nicer man than me. Let's be honest about it. And
Mithrie, you're incredibly
so
nice.
much about PvP. Yeah, I try. But Joe would he would not lose his temper the way me and Anario do, for example.
Yeah.
He is genuinely a nice guy.
He really
and
is.
Joe is to PvP what I am to crafting. He is so enthusiastic about PvP. He was trying to get people into PvP even before they made the changes, like adding in the feast and so on. So, and he's really just helping people out. Like, I think his stream today was like, we're just going to help people do content. We're going to help people clear primals.
And he does that all the time. He does that all the time, and he's amazing for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Huge shout out to Joe.
Yeah.
Proud to be a subscriber of his.
I love you, Joe.
Huge shout out to Joe.
Penis.
Penis.
For no reason. Thank you so much, Mithrie. We really appreciate your time today.
Pleasure.
We definitely turned it all around, Mithrie. You wouldn't have been on our show for this otherwise. So you got to look on the bright side.
He planned this all along.
You know what? He's like, I bet if I make a bunch of salt, those Limit Break radio guys, look, I'm crawling to try and eat it up, then I can get on their show.
Nailed it!
His master plan comes to fruition.
Because I always aim towards the positive and to make things better for people. And
well, he's not wrong, but
we definitely turned it all around, Mithrie. You wouldn't have been on our show for this otherwise. So you got to look on the bright side.
He planned this all along.
You know what? He's like, I bet if I make a bunch of salt, those Limit Break radio guys, look, I'm crawling to try and eat it up, then I can get on their show.
Nailed it!
His master plan comes to fruition.
Because I always aim towards the positive and to make things better for people. And I've managed to get the most attention with the biggest drama ever.
Yeah.
Which is really, it wasn't planned. It was not my intention. And
even
through this drama, I've been trying to make it positive. I'm trying to see the positive side. I wasn't personally affected. I didn't cry about this.
Right.
I didn't lose any sleep over it or anything like that. And for the people who were rude, I told them to fuck off. There is. I can see on Ario's side that there is some sort of satisfaction to telling thousands of people to fuck off, but it's not what I want to do online.
I believe.
I want to.
I believe you.
Yeah, I want people to enjoy the game, enjoy the community, and so on. If you look back I appeared months ago on State of the Realm, and I remember saying on there what a blessing we have in the 14 community of how good this community is, how friendly it is. If you compare the 14 community to, let's say, the Blizzard community, we are we're not even 1% as toxic as the Blizzard community.
And my friend who's suffering from this right now completely 100% disagrees with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
That's how bad it is. For 2 fucking months, it's constant harassment. She prefers World of Warcraft.
That's bad.
That is pretty damn bad. But no, Mithrie, you're absolutely right. You just by interacting with your content, dude, you're a guy who is focused on positivity, bringing positivity through your content, and that's awesome. I totally respect that. It's not, just because we go a different direction with it doesn't mean that we have any amount of disrespect or disdain for people who do want to make really positive content, because we have brutal sense of humors and say shit that other people maybe wouldn't. I think people are kind of surprised to learn that, but no, dude, I love your content. I love Joe's content. I think you guys are awesome, and I'm really glad that we didn't feel the need to insert ourselves in this. We just did anyway because we saw an opportunity to have some fun. But we didn't step in to defend you, because you don't need defending, Mithrie. You did a very good job at standing up on your own and telling those people to fuck off. And I have an immense amount of respect for you because of that. And dude, it's seriously, I wish you nothing but the best. And youtube.com/Mithrie, kill it, man. You're awesome. Thank you for being on LBR today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. Again, youtube.com/Mithrie. Oh, wow. We ran almost the full time.
Yeah. I think we have just enough time for FFFL.
I think so.
I think we might just have time for FFFL.
And Nero's like, nah, we ain't got time. No, fuck it.
Season's over.
Nah,
but I really want to rub this in Nika's face.
What?
You'll find out in a minute.
We'll get there.
This is bullshit.
Okay. All right. So let's go. Let's check out what's going on with the FFFL.
Good afternoon, FFFL fans. This is it. The numbers are in, the standings are complete, and the playoffs begin today. 4 teams have advanced to the postseason after an intense final week of play. First up, the Mordian Jailbirds were defeated in Garlemald, dropping their second game of the season to Titans Banana Hammocks. With the win, Titans Banana Hammocks secures a playoff spot, and we reached out to both teams for comment, but representatives have not returned any calls since leaving for Garlemald. Next, the Kallo Klux Klan reveled in playing Spoiler this week, finishing the season strong with a win over Henger's Crucible.
Smashed them! Nika, do you know what the score was?
No.
It was like almost 40-something to like 18.
Damn! What the fuck?
We fucking curb stomped you.
That was a blowout. Jesus.
Having already locked up the regular season championship last week, this week was just for pride, and with the loss, Henger's Crucible joins the Jailbirds at 4-6. And lastly, Bondage and Servitude pulled out the win over the Besaid Butt Plugs and punched their ticket to the postseason. The loss drops the Butt Plugs to 4-6 as well, leaving us with 3 teams at that record, which brings us to the standing. For the final regular season standings, in first place at 8-2, the Kallo Klux Klan.
Woo! Damn.
Wow.
In second place, with a record of 5-5, Bondage and Servitude.
Oh, yeah.
In third place, also with a record of 5-5, Titans Banana Hammocks.
Woo!
Really?
How?
Really? That happened?
How did you come back from last place?
Because he hasn't lost since week 8.
Wow.
And in fourth place, with a record of 4-6 and 3-1 in tiebreakers over the other 2 teams, the Besaid Butt Plugs.
Jeez.
Bullshit.
That leaves,
she said.
Jeez.
That leaves tied for 5th place with records of 4-6 and 2-2 in tiebreakers, Henger's Crucible and the Mordian Jailbirds.
That's okay. We're the best anyway.
Clearly. Tied for last. We are the best.
I think go play FF11.
No. This just goes to show you that girls and people who want to be girls just have no idea anything about sports.
Jesus.
You did not.
Oh my God.
Damn.
This kind of transphobic and bigoted hate speech isn't gonna fly here, bro.
Damn right.
Yes, it is.
Damn, Kallo.
Moving on to this week's matchups. In the Lenosian Toast Bowl, we have the Kallo Klux Klan squaring off against the Besaid Butt Plugs. In the Zemael Groton Bowl, second-seeded Bondage and Servitude is going to face off against third-seeded Titans Banana Hammocks. And in the Cosmo Cleanse Toilet Bowl, Henger's Crucible and the Mordian Jailbirds will face off for the prestigious title of Not Dead Last.
Yay!
On the waiver wire this week and
how does it feel to like almost lose your own thing?
What do you mean almost lose? I did lose.
I mean, like, yeah, you're
last.
You're in. we haven't determined last.
We'll find out this week who's dead last.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Right now I'm tied for it.
But I mean, like, if you get whatever our equivalent of the Sacco is, like, this is your game. You came up with this.
I would like to thank Joe Never Fails for pushing his fans to clearly cast their votes.
That backfired on you.
All 300 people showed me a ton of Jokemenum and clearly did not vote.
I was going to say, he probably feels the complete opposite of how I feel, whose entire fucking team was a joke, and I wrecked y'all.
I know, yeah.
All right, guys.
First and second for a long time.
On the waiver wire this week, and for the last time, remember, you will not be able to draft off the waiver wire next week. You will only be able to swap out your bench position. We have Seymour, Genova, Titus, Renoa, Locke.
Wait, how is Renoa on there? She's in my fucking team, dude.
Well, that's a bummer. Renoa is not available. I was tired this morning. That's how.
Wait, what?
We'll add someone else on there. How about you can have Realm, Locke, Bartz, Ferris, Cloud of Darkness, Chaos, and Juxtaposition.
Wait, what?
You play Feast. You're eligible.
You are in Final Fantasy universe, man.
Yeah, Juxta, you are available.
I'm on the waiver wire?
You're on the waiver wire this week.
Oh, holy shit.
That's right, man. On the way to the waiver order. First up, we have Nika Kyanian. Would you like to make a selection?
Fuck it, no. I'm done.
Well,
all right.
My team is good and we have fun.
You sound so sad.
Next up, in perhaps the most pointless asking of the season, Kallo, would you like to make any changes?
I do. I want to make a change.
You are 8-2.
I'm making a change. Look. All right. I probably have a lot of people to thank for where I'm at. No, I don't. It's just me, actually. But what I'm actually afraid of is I've been really surprised at the comeback of the Titans banana hammock.
Has not okay. So week 8 rolled around, and he was in a position where another loss was the end of his season, and has not lost a game since.
He's really turned it around. So honestly, I was hoping for like a throwdown, bro down, as the final match. And Juxta, I'm a little concerned. Dude, I'm a little concerned going up against the banana hammocks.
The banana hammocks, really?
So I want to guarantee you a win this season. I'd like to drop.
Don't!
I'd like to drop.
No, don't!
Don't do
it!
I'd like to drop selfie off of my bench, and I want to put Juxta into my bench position.
Son of a bitch!
So after he loses,
no, I refuse.
It is official. Juxtaposition will be riding the bench of the Kallo Glucks clan in the first week of the playoffs.
I was going to get him.
No, I wanted me.
You're last on the waiver wire.
I know.
Oh my god.
All right, that will bring us over to Papa Woody, who's next up on the selection.
I don't want anybody now. I was going to pick up Juxta. Fuck that.
Fuck.
Alrighty then. Let's head over to Escalia. And you know what? Since Nika didn't pick anyone, I guess I won't either. And we'll let them show down as they are. It's gonna be the throwdown in Motown.
Pick was already picked, so you don't need
clearly.
anyone.
Aniro, would you like to make any selections?
Nope, I am good.
Okay, and last but not least, Juxta. I know you have split duties this week, but you are still the GM of your team.
Look,
would you like to select anyone?
The reason I put him on my bench is A, I didn't want to replace anybody on my team. But also B is so that way he can still manage his other team. This way you get a ring, dude. You'll get a ring regardless.
How weird is it going to be if you two show off next week?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's gonna be
he's a winner either way. This is my gift to you.
All right, no, I don't have anyone I need then. There's no one else up there worthy.
All right, then that's gonna take us off the waiver wire, guys. Make sure on Tuesday you get over to LimitBreakRadio.com and cast your votes for these epic, important bowl games. They will determine who's gonna play in our very first Superb Bowl, which will be happening next week. Make sure you cast your votes. And guys, that is what's going on in the FFFL. I will see you guys next week.
Also, when we win, I get to always claim that I carried Juxta.
This is one of my favorite bits that we do. Thank you.
Can we trade during the playoffs?
No.
This is you can make swaps off your roster. And
You're locked in.
Wait, we can't trade up till the match goes live Sunday?
You could technically make a trade until Tuesday.
Tuesday, right.
Tuesday is the latest you can make it. So Monday at 11:59 p.m.
Kallo, I'll give you Tifa for myself.
Nah.
Dem tits, though.
I know.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, Juxta, dem tits, though.
Tell you what, if you trade me your entire team, I will give you.
Juxta showing off against Titan's banana hammocks.
Can I be in like all of my glamours of my job so I could just be 5 Juxtas?
I feel like it would literally just be you on the field.
All right, let's read a couple of emails before we got to get out of here. Remember, at 5 o'clock, we're going to be live over at twitch.tv/Final Encountercast. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff, including, and guys, I know that this is going to be a tough topic. For as much fun as we've had here today on the show, we're going to be talking about the whole Toby Turner case, allegations that have been going on against him.
Fun's over. That's
going to be over at Final Encountercast. Yeah, that's going to put a big break on the fun today. So we wanted to get all the fun out during LBR and laugh a lot and laugh at all of the dumb trolls and stupid guild work motherfuckers and Reddit rats and whatever. So let's read a couple of emails before we get out of here and we flip over to Final Encountercast. So, Kallo, why don't you take this first one from Shady Grove?
Sure thing. From Shady Grove on the Mateus server. Hey, gang. The Feast seems to be bringing quite a bit of controversy to the PvP aspect of Eorzea. From feast feeding to spectator mode intimidation, you guys had a fantastic idea last week when offering an idea of calling the gameplay of matches. You could actually have a feast show one night a week featuring picked teams. Joe never comes to mind. I can see it now. A Nero calling play-by-play, a Scalia doing color commentary, Juxta, Kallo, and Nika. I don't know, maybe locker room interviews. It could bring esports to LBR. Show Twitch how it's done. And that wouldn't be the first time we've done something like that. We do that type of thing when we have the Never Reap 500, which you can actually find on YouTube. And Joe on his stream did a Never Reap 500 the other day.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
how
he
long
sure
did it
did. He actually tried two attempts. He was on White Mage. He got up to 6 totems. His first attempt, he only got 2, or was it 1?
His first attempt, he gave up at 1.
Yeah, he got smashed, but he got up to 6, which he was happy with because that's the current White Mage record. But yeah, it's really good. So that'd be really cool to do. I'm pretty sure we've actually talked about doing something like that as well.
Yeah, as soon as they add spectator mode, it's really fun.
Nero, I feel like you need to take this next one.
Sure. This comes to us from a Nero Hater XIV here. Firstly, fuck you, Nero. All right. Secondly, who is this wannabe that dares come into my town and attempt to claim my throne of a Nero hater? This little punk that posts in Reddit talking trash about LBR, why not man up and say it to them directly, even if that Kallo guy, even that Kallo guy with the torso of an 8-year-old at least mans up when he needs to.
There's supposed to be a juxta drop there,
I guess,
apparently.
yeah, there's a juxta drop. Good one.
Nailed it.
Awesome. On top of that, you come into this town again, you pay the toll. On top of that, if you come into this town again, you pay the toll and you fill me in to see if our schemes can align for the greater goal. Otherwise, I will destroy you, you nincompoop.
Burn.
Nincompoop.
What kind of pathetic plan is venting on Reddit how you won't ever watch the show again because one of the hosts was mean? Wah. You pathetic villain. You're not even a mid boss. You're the one EXP random enemy, whereas I am the final encounter. FEC plug. Not supporting the show won't help destroy it, you fool. That's why I use a measly $1 a month over at patreon.com/limitbreakradio to destroy them from within. Because as they get more money, they will have more problems and destroy themselves while I watch and lavish in their misery. Arenthi, your name has no power. Change it. It's not. Oh, God damn.
Change it. It's not scary. Even some garbage can be recycled. Your name is just trash.
There you go. Thank you. I'm really having a tough time with this one. The next time anyone dares to hate on LBR without my permission, I will send them an angry worded letter. Ooh. But unlike your weak Reddit ranting, my words have power. Lastly, fuck you, Nero. Thank you, Nero.
This good shit.
Thank you, Nero hater. Sorry for stumbling through that like an idiot, but
it's okay. He hates you.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't feel bad.
It's not like you talk for a living or anything.
Nope, not at all.
Can I read the next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to read this one.
Fine, Nika. There, don't let it be said that we don't let the girls do stuff.
Thank you. Okay.
Hey guys, I just wanted to chime in really quick.
Stop! Fuck you! No, this is not ratings.
Got a point, Mithrie.
You did get a point.
Your host. Her educated opinion is brushed away by an unfunny/tired Rogan female joke.
Shut up, Nika. God damn, we get it. You wrote the email and you want to read it.
Okay.
Okay, takes. You gotta get you off guard, you know.
Each quarter's a year.
That's right.
Okay, it says, "Hey guys, I just wanted to chime in on really quick on the topic of opinions and FFXIV rating while not having done the raids. I won't bury the lead. Yes, you are entitled to your opinions. These opinions are valid. However, not all opinions are equal. If my car broke down, I could ask my friend's opinion about it. He has a car. Surely he has an opinion. But I might just value my mechanic neighbor's opinion more. You have a host that has a better understanding of the subject matter, and when she chimes in, more often than not, she is silenced by the other host. Her educated opinion is brushed away by an unfunny/tired Rogan female joke."
Shut up, Nika. God damn, we get it. You wrote the email and you want to read it.
Okay. If not this, she has to defend her position against an allied force of non-raiders with strong opinions about the subject, who, when losing their ground, resort to childish teasing, semantic ninjutsu.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Semantic ninjutsu,
Muted
yeah.
microphones or straight up yelling, as if that never made anyone's opinion more valid. It's okay to say you don't know or may be mistaken from time to time, guys. I said this would be short, so I'll end with this plea. When Nika does offer her opinion, some of your audience values it highly and would prefer it not to be so frequently interrupted or discarded out of hand. You all have opinions, that's fair, and I like to hear them, but on this subject, you would do well to take advantage of Nika's experience. Thanks for the podcast. I do enjoy listening and wish you the best. Trowan of Adamantoys. P.S. Hi, Nika.
Thank you.
Don't be so darn butthurt.
I am downvoting that email because it is peaceful and has a differing opinion. Hashtag Reddit it.
Yeah! Reddit rules. Fuck it.
Reddit it.
Look. Thank you for the email. It's a joke. It's just.
He has a good point.
Apparently, it's not a joke.
Oh, Nika thinks he has a good point.
Well, here's
shocking.
the thing. Look. I'm going to go on a limb here, and I'm going to use an email from our good buddy Trowan of Adamantoys as an example here. But because this is about you, Nika, you can have an opinion, but you're biased, so someone else's opinion is going to be better. Papa Woody. Papa Woody.
Something that I've been trying to say.
Papa Woody, you have absolutely no dog in this game. Is it funny when we make fun of Nika?
Yeah.
See?
Papa Woody gets a point.
No, I get that point.
Woody gets a point.
I get that point.
No, that's a Woody point.
He gets an assist.
Point, Woody.
No, you get the assist. He gets the point.
Fuck that.
Is anybody on my side here?
No.
I probably am, but I'll just get downvoted if I say anything.
Hold on. Ask Senpai whose side he's on. Ask him if it's funny when we make fun of you.
Who? Escalia?
No, Senpai.
He's not in here right now.
All right. I'm gonna read this next one.
All right.
He should be on my side.
By the way, thank you, Cass, for that donation.
Yes.
It's a $1 donation. Whatever. It's not the amount that matters. It's the fact that you did. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what guys' little penises say. Hey, guys.
That's what people who've never rated say.
Hey, guys, I'll be short here, since if I really express everything I want to say, I'll accidentally write my college thesis. Reddit. Fuck them. Escalia, thanks for the support and talking to me the other day. I keep saying that you're a great friend and you don't fail me on that regard. Oh, and just in case you forget, get that t-shirt signed. LB Army, I just fucking love you guys. Thanks for being a family. Limit Break Radio, you're amazing and sons of bitches are loud and proud. You guys have been my emotional rock throughout a lot of instability and doubt that I'm going through in my life right now, caused by all of this Reddit shitstorm. A majority of my FF14 friends have dissenting opinions on you guys, and I'm glad that you've all taken with me with support and love. Everyone else, keep on keeping on. Nika, thank you. Aniro, thank you. Juxta, thank you. Kallo, thank you. Kooky, thank you. Intern, thank you.
Hey!
And what?
But you skipped Escalia.
Oh, sorry. Escalia, thank you. And to quote Drunk Escalia, Limit Break Radio, cause we're the best and we make penises erect.
That sounds like something I'd say when I'm drunk.
Sincerely, the person who keeps sending LBR positive emails every month.
Thank you so much for that email. And thank you
I'm sorry, I didn't want this to be weird. I just came here to talk about foreskin.
So who wants to take the... I feel like the last email on this one is the fun... Okay, all right, fine, Kallo. Sure.
I beseech you, Great De Niro, Lord Elder Primal of Saltiness.
And you lesser primals, I got nothing.
Anyway, Those voices on last week's episode were on point and fucking hysterical.
Garbo loves you.
I listen to your podcast on my 1.5 hour car rides to and from work Monday through Friday, and though I usually laugh out loud throughout your show, those voices you guys did while reading your YouTube comments were amazing. Escalia's German voice and Nero's Gorbo spelling were the funniest shit ever. You guys ever think of adding other characters to your bits and segments? I just want to add, I'm fairly new and having only played for about a year, very casually and having a full-time job some distance away and a wife and 3 daughters.
Jesus.
Although I'm just now getting my Paladin and Dragoon jobs and working toward Bard and Scholar, as I want to be well-rounded if I get to endgame with a tank, melee, and range DPS and healer, I find you guys extremely entertaining and very informative.
No,
that's a weird opinion.
And,
that's because you're new.
Yeah, that's
you're new.
You'll get there.
You haven't learned that we're full of shit yet. It's okay.
It'll pass.
Yeah.
And you all get me psyched for what's to come. Thanks again, and keep up the great work. You guys mean the world to your community. Lacaud, Stormbreaker of Swagatonis, sent for my link pearl.
Thank you so much for those emails.
Night.
I was gonna read it, but
No, you
okay.
weren't.
I was waiting for Nero to shut up.
You weren't gonna
It's
read
all bad.
Anyway,
Bam.
that takes care of our emails for this week, and it seems to be right on time. Guys, join us over at twitch.tv/Final Encountercast for episode number 14 of Final Encountercast. That's going to start in about an hour at 5 o'clock here on twitch.tv/Final Encountercast. Couple of shout outs before we go. I want to shout out the Twitch channel that was hosting our show. Thank you for the 17 additional people that you brought to Limit Break Radio. I'm sure maybe one of them is a fan on the other side of this. Been watching your chat the entire time, and I gotta say, man, you guys are weak. Like, you guys, in terms of your insult game, you guys are weak. You need to step this shit up, dude. It's been kind of sad. I mean, when Nika gets the best slam out of your entire chat room, that's a problem.
You guys suck.
So anyway, I want to thank you guys for the additional 17 people that you brought to the show. I want to thank Guildwork for all of their dumb bullshit and getting more attention paid to this show than we could have actually paid real money for. And of course, finally, I want to thank Reddit, because honestly, you cannot buy that level of exposure. Now, I'm gonna here's what I'm gonna do, Reddit. If you're really upset at me, if after you've listened to this, or maybe you haven't had a chance to listen to this yet, or whatever, if you really want a chance to go at me, I'm gonna do an AMA on Monday. Reply to it, I don't give a shit. But I'm gonna be there. I'll answer your questions as non-assholey as I can, and maybe, just maybe, if there's something that's burning deep down in the cockles of your heart, that you can ask me, and I will try to give you some kind of at least reasonable answer where I don't wish death and AIDS upon you.
Wait, so you're really doing this?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try not to be a gigantic cockwad.
Okay, because we thought this was a bit the whole week.
No, it wasn't a bit. No, I'm actually gonna do the AMA. It's gonna be tomorrow. If you guys have questions, please feel free. I'll answer them, or I don't know. Maybe I'll just be sarcastic in response. I haven't decided. I've been asked to take it at least somewhat seriously, so I'll try to take it somewhat seriously.
You're just doing this to spite me.
To you? Personally, what?
No,
are you
Reddit.
Reddit. Yeah, maybe just a little. But I'll look. I'll be accessible. I'll answer questions. If you want me to apply some Desitin to your raw hiney, that's fine. I'll do that. We'll talk about it. We can do that. I'm a big boy. I can take care of myself. I can defend myself. For the people who thought that you got one over on us, you didn't, and I see that you're disappointed that you didn't. It's fine.
You suck at everything.
But that's the truth, is that
So excited to meet all of you at FanFest.
yeah, exactly, is that this is going to make for a really fucking interesting fan fest. And you know what? The thing is at the end of the day, dude, there's no hate here. There's no anger here. There's no, like, there was no actual, like, fucking real base anger for this shit.
Yeah.
I had an opinion, and I said something awful that I knew was awful, and I don't regret it. I'll never apologize for that.
And everyone acted exactly the way he thought they would act.
Exactly. Yeah, you guys did exactly what I was going for. You guys helped. Thanks. We appreciate that. You guys actually did help Limit Break Radio in this whole roundabout way. You got us more attention than we can get ourselves. We'd have
got
to
us
actually...
a few Patreons.
Yeah.
Got us some boob money that's not going towards boobs.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I'm getting boobs. I was promised boobs.
It's not going
Nobody promised you boobs.
Nobody promised
You're getting a fucking bra with socks in it, so enjoy.
Can it be a Victoria's Secret bra? Those are expensive.
No, fuck
come
no.
on.
It's going to be like a...
From Goodwill.
It's going to be like a $17 bra from like Walmart.
Oh.
And you'll like it.
Probably.
We had one more announcement, and we had this guy standing by.
Oh!
Hang on. We had this guy standing by the entire show, but it's funnier if we just wait until next episode to do it anyway.
Yeah, we'll make that announcement next episode.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That's what we're gonna do. Oh man, I love trolling our own people. Like
we've noticed.
What's this? A Modi says, so I was only pretending to be retarded. Thank God you're going to FanFest because you're going down, you little bitch.
Yeah. Can't wait.
I don't know who that guy is, but I bet when he actually sees you, he's like, oh my God, Nero, I love your show. Please let me suck your cock.
That's like 90% of the reactions that you get when you meet people face to face is like, oh, I think your show's so hilarious. Well, I'd love one person to be like, dude, you're a real fucking asshole.
And I want to punch you in the face right now.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, if someone slugs in here, I'll just be so happy.
All right.
People will be kicked out probably, though, and lose their badge, which would not be a good idea.
Look.
What are we looking at?
Amadoy, if you are actually going to FanFest, okay, find us, not on FanFest grounds. There's going to be after-party type deals. But if you can prove that you're Amadoy and you actually tell a Nero off to, you ain't even got to punch him or fight him. That's But if you actually tell him off to his face and you can prove you're Amadoy, I will buy you drinks for the entire night.
Not only, look, we threw the gauntlet down last time and we were like, troll us, try to troll us. I mean, the best that you guys got, the best that you put forward was tearing up our outline. And boy, that sure didn't do anything. So, we have phone lines. We allow you to call us. You would think that someone so accessible would be way easier to troll. You guys are having to try pretty hard. Now, and I just want to mention again, look, like, I get it. Like you rebroadcast our show on your channel to take viewers away from us. The 17 viewers that you quote unquote took away from us, you actually had listening to the show for the entire 3 fucking hours that we were here today.
Wait,
so
who's
the loser?
Us?
Yeah, no, they didn't host us.
He was streaming with our show playing in the background.
Yes, he's streaming. He's got our show playing in the background, and they're making their little. See,
Let's play Limit Blake Radio.
This is the fun.
To be fair, we've had some. I've been participating in the chat. Discussions.
I've been watching it, but the sad part is that these people are so filled with fear and insecurity in their own life that they have to create a safe space for themselves so that they can talk shit in. If they came and tried to talk shit in our channel, they know that they have like 200 people that are going to tell them to shut the fuck up and go get AIDS and cancer and all sorts of other shit. So they have to form their own safe little space, and they have to talk shit among themselves and think that it doesn't get back to us, or think that it doesn't reach its way back to, or that we don't know.
That's hilarious.
They know it does because I'm in their chat.
Yeah, and that's like. What did that accomplish, guys? What did it accomplish?
Fast here, safe space. No reporters, no harassment.
What are you doing? What are you doing by keeping your opinions in your insular chat room? We have 200 people in our chat room that you could expose your opinions to if you wanted to. If you had the balls, if you had the fortitude to do that. You don't. You're cowardly. Fear drives you. You stink of fear. I can smell it. Okay, and the thing is that you will never rise to this challenge
because it's fun. Because it's a
human challenge. It's a human challenge. I'm asking you to use your brain and your mouth words to defend your ideas instead of making pixels do things that you want them to do in a way that you want them to do it. So come here, defend your shitty positions, tell me what you think of me, and stop being a little baby coward hiding behind your fucking keyboard, man. Seriously, it's getting real. It's getting to be a pretty tired old act. We're not going to ban you from the chat room. We're not going to ban you from calling into the show, okay? That's not how we work. If you want to have a discussion with all of these people that you seem to think are so misguided and so wrong, come have the discussion. Come have it here. take yourself out of your safe space and come have it here. That's going to be it for Limit Break Radio. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want to thank my amazing crew, because without them, a troll like at the beginning of the show would not have been possible. You guys did amazing. We've got Kooky Persona, Papa Woody sitting behind me, Nika Kayani, and thank you so much for everything that you've been doing. And a special shout out and thank you to Mithrie for hanging out for the entire show. Thank you guys for listening. And again, thank you to my amazing crew, Kallo Landis, Juxtaposition, Escalia Rayumasa, manning the phone lines. We've got Kooky Persona, Papa Woody sitting behind me, Nika Kayani, and thank you so much for everything that you've been doing. And a special shout out and thank you to Mithrie for hanging out for the entire show. YouTube.com/Mithrie. Thank you guys. I'm a Nero. Keep listening. Limit Break Radio is a production of LimitBreakRadio.com and Bender Media Productions. Today's episode was produced by Aniro Grigori, Juxtaposition, Kallo Landis, Kooky Persona, and Escalia Rayumasa. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Funding for Limit Break Radio is provided by Miri Kennett, Captain Failboat, Zurian Urexin, Azura Giacho, Bianca Forwin, Kalina Ashsaber, Thor Carson, My Waifu, Satori Komeji, Darbykins, Sakura-chan, and fellow Limit Break Radio listeners. To support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/Limit Break Radio. Opening music in this episode from Daniel Lambie. Listen to Man with the Machine Gun and other great tracks at facebook.com/Daniel Lambie Metal Gamer. Closing music in this episode provided by Husky by the Geek. Listen to this and other great Final Fantasy XIV Listen to this and other great Final Fantasy XIV and video game rock covers and original music at facebook.com/HuskyByTheGeek. In-game graphics for Limit Break Radio's Twitch stream are provided by Diamond Multimedia. Check out their line of AMD graphics cards and other hardware at diamondmm.com. Limit Break Radio and its hosts are solely responsible for its content.